3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2. Turn me up in my ears, please. Turn me up in my ears. 1, 2, 3. A little bit more in my ear. 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. 1, 2. That'll work. Alejandro Barboza in a 10-round clash. As always, thank you for joining us all over the world. We will have 6 high-octane bouts coming your way. The leather will fly and the action will not stop. From the DoubleTree in Ontario, California, thank you for joining us alongside Steve Kim. I am Bethel Duran. Steve, as always, UCN Live, boxing scene, the man with the news and notes. He's got it all figured out for you guys. And thank you so much for joining us. You know how it works now. Thompson Boxing in its 18th year brings you this live Facebook stream. So share, interact with us. We'll get you going. And Steve, in tonight's main event, a fighter that we're very excited about, Giovani Santillan out of San Diego, coming off a big victory over Sammy Valentin. This kid's stock is on the rise right now.
Well, Santiago was a DoubleTree staple for years to come, and he's back here in his familiar haunts. But last July 7th on Telemundo, he burst onto the scene in a nationally televised opportunity, and he captured the NABO title, which now makes him number 5 in the WBO, but it's kind of crowded. We'll talk about that later. But victories like this, when you win regional belts, as I like to say, it gets you in position to be in position.
And his opponent tonight, Barbosa, fought Sammy Valentin and lost it, so they have a common opponent, so it should be a good one in our main event clash. We'll have a couple of young fighters with Henry Ramirez out of Riverside, but the co-feature, 118-pounder, doesn't talk much, the nickname The Beast, Sal Sanchez, who's made a quickly rising for himself.
Well, Thompson Boxing right now has 4 very bright young prospects on their roster, including a couple that we'll see in a few weeks, Michael Dutchover, and guys like Ruben Torres, and of course Ruben Villa we just saw a couple of weeks ago in Salinas. Sal Sanchez is he's what I call a Teddy Roosevelt fighter. He speaks softly, but he carries a big stick.
And Steve Kim tweets like a machine. He will be interacting with you. So we will tweet, we will interact with you on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is you guys want to get with us. So let people know. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night. Our ring announcer tonight, the one and only Sonny Franco.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. On behalf of Thompson Boxing Promotions, welcome to the DoubleTree on Ontario, California. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantastic fight card lined up for you this evening. We have 6 bouts, ladies and gentlemen, with 1 championship bout coming your way. There's only one question left to ask, and that is, Ontario, are you ready? Well, let's get the action underway. Please welcome out of the red corner from Pasadena, California. Please welcome Jared Shifter Ejigu.
Jared Ejigu, 0-2 record. A tall drink at 6'4", and he's a fighter. Last minute replacement. Have glove all ready to go. He's coming out of Pasadena, California. Louis Lopez's original opponent, unable to secure proper commission approval, and Ejigu is here tonight, enjoying the moment.
Yeah, and we've heard of 11th hour replacements. This young man right there was an 11th hour and 50-minute replacement.
Going over the top rope, Steve.
Yes, and Alex Campanova was literally on the phone in the afternoon securing this opponent after Maurice Scott, the real Maurice Scott, simply would not stand up, and he was actually replaced late into the day.
Lopez.
A big crowd here for Louis Lopez, Corona, California, where Thompson Boxing will be this summer at the Omega Products. Coming into some Chalino Sanchez. At least 80 tickets sold tonight. Hundreds in attendance for Louis Lopez. You see his trainer, Henry Ramirez. Ring Cross Boxing out of Corona. Sonny Franco, ready to introduce our fighters.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We're coming to you from the DoubleTree Hotel in Ontario, California, where tonight, Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present Locked and Loaded. We begin tonight's event with the first bout of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the middleweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout, should it go the distance, are Jerry Cantu, Eddie Hernandez Sr., and Dr. Lou Moret. And the man in charge at the action at the bell, your referee, Raul Caiz Jr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stepped to the ring tonight wearing the black trunks. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 153.4 already pounds. As a professional, his record stands 0 wins against 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, join us tonight from Pasadena, California. Here is Jared Shifter Ejigu. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner, He stepped to the ring tonight wearing the blue trunks are trimmed with white. When he stepped onto the scale, he went in officially at 160.5 already pounds. As a professional, he enters the ring tonight undefeated. One win with 0 losses. That win coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Corona, California, introducing Luis Lopez. Booking referee Lopez Jr. for the final shot.
All right, gentlemen, receive the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect? A good, clean fight. Legal punches, here for you, here for you. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you.
Raul Caiz Jr., the third man in the ring. Let's look at the tape, Steve.
And a late replacement for Jared Ejigu. As you can see, we don't even have a picture. Huge discrepancy in age, 14 years difference between Lopez and Ejigu.
And we see everybody checking in right now on the Facebook. We will get to you guys. Don't send the shout-outs. Let me know. I'll tell you when to give me the shout-out so we get going. Luis Lopez in the Dodger blue and white in his second professional career fight. He's 21 years old. His first bout went 2 rounds and he stopped the fighter. Henry Ramirez really likes young Luis, had him since the age of 14.
And Beto, we're going to see if there's a stylistic nightmare here. You obviously see the discrepancy in size. This is really a last-minute opponent. Maurice Scott, the original opponent, was basically X'd out by the commission. You know, looking at Ejigu, it kind of reminds me of that old line from Fletch, that classic movie with Chevy Chase. He's 6'4", but 6'7" with the afro.
Strong reference right there. You coming out the Fletch in the first round? Strong. And for those of you who don't know it, Google it. Awesome. Shout out to Geeter McGee, whose team Fletch plays in that volleyball tournament every year in Manhattan Beach. And correction, Luis Lopez sold over 150 tickets. Give credit where credit is due. This is a fighter, Lopez, when he was a teenager, used to serve as Josecito Lopez's sparring partner. So Henry said I had no problem throwing him in there as an amateur.
And in fact, Josecito Lopez tomorrow night fighting in, I believe, El Paso, Texas on a nationally televised card that'll be broadcast on Fox. Busy night of action tomorrow night in the world of boxing.
Body shot by Lopez. That's what Henry said he wants to see a lot of tonight.
One thing Lopez may want to do is just put a harder jab out there as he closes distance. Even though you're facing a taller guy, you want to have that shelter, really tuck that chin in underneath that front shoulder as you stick out your left hand. Be better. Don't be so naked as you close the gap on this taller guy.
Malachi Johnson checking in saying, Ejigu just fought my boy Ruben last week. Literally last week, lost by unanimous decision. Malachi, give me a little bit more of a scouting report, man. We literally have no clue what we're looking at right now when it comes to Ejigu.
Well, 2 minutes in, Beto, I'd say the one thing about Ejigu, he's very good at being tall and awkward. And you can see Lopez probably didn't really prepare for a tall guy. And that's a good idea right there. Bang to the body, but close the gap and do it in a responsible fashion. You can see how uncomfortable the taller Ejigu is as they get chest to chest.
It's also a good learning experience for a young fighter. They're going to have to deal with this early on in their careers where opponents fall out or opponent commissions won't approve, guys don't make weight. You got to adjust. You're right, Jack Stafford. It's so awkward. First round is done. And as always, we appreciate you guys checking in on the Facebook. I'm going to say that a lot because the feedback we get from the bosses, Alex Campanovo, Mr. Ken Thompson, of how popular the Facebook is because of you guys. And it's not your traditional broadcast. We really do read every single comment. So please refrain from using all caps. We get it. You get excited, but don't. We'll send the shout-outs later. Yu is coming up later on the night. George Acosta will be the third fight tonight. So we have 6 good fights. After this will be Jonah Flores, then George Acosta, El Yu, Whittier, Miguel Alcantara, everybody calls him Mikey, Sal Sanchez, and Giovani Santillan. Gail Falkenthal. Hey, Gail, always appreciate you, the redhead in San Diego.
And, of course, checking in, Ryan Scalia. And from the city of brotherly love, they have a fight card tomorrow on ESPN. Linus, brew that cup of coffee. It's going to be a late night.
Jesse Magdaleno made weight look good at 122 pounds.
All right, let's see if Lopez can start to get the jab and the double jab going and really close the gap in a responsible fashion here against the taller Ageju.
Louis Lopez.
And see, that's the problem, Beto. He's not going to lay out the jab and give himself a shield or shelter. From that distance, that taller guy is going to have the tactical advantage.
And Ageju lands a left and a right. You heard that ooh and ah from the crowd. Safe to say he's never sparred anybody this tall. The future for Louis Lopez will be at 147, but tonight they're considered technically middleweights.
You know, and that's another thing. If they would have had, let's say, 2 weeks to prepare for a guy like this, you could bring in taller guys. This literally, I don't think he even had any understanding of what this guy's dimensions are until they actually squared off against each other in the center ring about 5 minutes ago. This is a very tough, awkward situation for Lopez.
Louis Lopez was a football player at Corona Centennial his freshman year. Linebacker, he liked to hit people. You know, the Huskies with a great program. But Henry Ramirez, his trainer, said, look, your future is going to be in boxing. Letting his hands go here in the second. And with football, they tell you to put on weight. Boxing is lose weight. Had to make a decision. And also, when you have a fighter that sells over 100 tickets, you want to make sure he's on the card. You got to do things to salvage him. Trini Cervantes. What's up, Trini? You and your good trolling coming in strong right away. Danny Ramirez watching us. Boxing for Life Champions Club. Well, yes, Steve does do a great job. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Your check's in the mail.
What is the mail?
In fact, I'll send you an email with the $50 million offer.
Yeah.
More on that later.
From your uncle in another continent? Ageju lands another left.
That's another thing Lopez has to understand. Good jab right there, and that actually shook him. See, a jab can be a power punch when thrown properly, especially from the proper distance. But Lopez has to do a better job of getting low and making himself small. He has a tendency of popping his head up and being upright from in close.
LaRon Mitchell checking in.
Oh, our favorite heavyweight from Thompson Boxing. He'll be in action soon again.
Good friend JP Arancibia, former catcher of the Toronto Blue Jays, now doing work for Yahoo Canada. Coach, University of Tennessee, checking in with us. You know, Tennessee alum, Miami fan on the broadcast, so I don't know if we can have that.
Hey, Rocky Top.
There it is. Appreciate you checking in, JP. What we got on the Facebook? Trini Cervantes, you guys are the best. Saludos. Sam Ramirez checking in. Yessi and Yaneth Padilla. Michael Williams Sr. Jasmine Krell. Jesse Magdaleno tomorrow, the main event on ESPN for Magdaleno, right?
Yes, absolutely, for the WBO 122-pound title. And, boy, there's a lot of animosity between those two. I think that might be the best pure matchup of the night.
Omar Sanchez con dos cubetas. You know what? We need a couple buckets here. Why not?
and my Montebello High School classmate, El Capitan Hugo, says that Ageju is Kaepernick's doppelganger. But as of yet, he has not taken a knee tonight.
Wait, is that El Capitan? Is that the firefighter friend of yours?
Yes, it is.
El Bombero?
El Bombero.
El Bombero.
Lifelong Arizona Cardinal fan now that Josh Rosen went to the desert.
Strong with the Rosen. Good draft today. And yes, David Moser, thank you. This is the first fight of the night. We have 6 total coming up. And the Kaepernick lines are coming through for everybody.
All right, let's see if Lopez can take some control of this fight. I think this fight is tied up at 1 apiece, and it's been a very difficult night for Lopez. Been put in a very, very difficult, tough situation tonight with this replacement Ageju. I can honestly tell you, Henry Ramirez or anyone else involved in this career, they wouldn't have willingly have chosen this guy if it was their druthers. They're in a situation where the show must go on. And a guy like George Benton, all-time great trainer, would tell a young fighter in a situation like this, win tonight, let's look good tomorrow.
Hey, just get that W. This is technically a middleweight bout because of the weight. Are you asking is Jose El Civino? And Louis Lopez will fight at 147 moving forward for his career. They said that's where they really feel like he'll be strong. His dad actually took him to the gym when he was 8 years old. So he was a boxer and he played Pop Warner at the same time. Athletic young man.
Regardless of the result tonight, I think one of the issues that Henry Ramirez is going to have to address is jabbing your way in, doubling it, sticking it hard out there, feinting with it, closing distance.
Main event tonight, Giovani Santillan, co-feature Sal Sanchez.
Another thing that's noticeable about Lopez, for a right-handed fighter, he does not have that much of a left hook to the body. That's traditionally the shot you're going to throw as an orthodox fighter downstairs. Most of the body shots Lopez has landed and thrown have been from the right side, which is a tad unusual.
And that's because of the opponent, Steve. I was talking to Lopez briefly before the fight. Like, what do you like to throw? He said, left hook, which everybody has a plan, right? And Giu moving around. Charlie Wilson says, straight shots to the body, a hook to the head, fight would be over. Esteban Redondo, gracias por compartirlo en el Face. Andrew Cortez en Ensenada, Baja California, saludos. Good body shot from Lopez. You can hear that thud.
Yeah.
So awkward.
No, he really is, but you could see for the first time, Eguiju really affected by the heavy thudding punches of Lopez. And I think Lopez won the third, and on my personal scorecard, it's 2-1 Lopez going into the fourth and final round.
Jose Cuevas checking in at St. John Bosco in Compton. Now getting his grad school work in at Syracuse. That's the kid I told you about, Steve, that wants to write. So you probably use them at UCN Live or Ring TV. Coming up next, the Mexipino, Jonah Flores. Mexican and Filipino gets Neri Garcia.
Oh, and speaking of Mexipinos, Ernie Gabion, Mr. Everlast, has made a special appearance tonight here at the DoubleTree in Ontario.
Just get that food ready for tomorrow, Ernie. Chris Tovar, saludos, High Desert Boxing. Brenda Cunalil, Matamoros, Tamaulipas, saludos. Sam Ramirez, shout out to the video crew. Nah. Jonathan Juarez in Georgia. And Matamoros, Mexico coming in because Brian Santiago Tovar will be fighting the third one. This is the fourth and final round, our opening bout tonight. Vicky Clark, hey, checking in with us. Yeah, Neri Garcia coming up next. Right now it's Louis Lopez in the blue.
And for Lopez, this is certainly a big contrast to his pro debut where he stopped Aspero in 2 rounds, Josu Aspero in 2 rounds at Agua Caliente back on February 10th. This has been a much more of a muck and grind type of performance.
It's also good to get round, right?
Well, it absolutely is, and he's going to learn one thing. When you are a 4-round fighter and you're on cards of this nature, guys are going to drop out, you're going to face late replacements, and oftentimes there really is no video of opponents of this nature.
The growing pains of a young fighter.
Right, and there's another good right hand to the body, and some of the physical strength is really starting to take over this fight for Lopez.
Also the conditioning, learning how to go 4 rounds.
Yeah.
That's huge too, right?
It's like when you're swimming. Everyone looks good on the shallow end, but till you get to that end that's about 7-8 feet, you really don't know how far you could swim out from shore.
There's no need to go that far, Steve. There's no need. As Andre the Giant said, I only doggy paddled in The Princess Bride. I was actually watching that yesterday, the Andre the Giant on HBO. Man, HBO puts out good stuff every now and then.
And speaking of HBO, they actually have a card tomorrow night featuring Big Baby Miller and Danny Jacobs. And now Lopez starting to really get the beat on Egiju. He's starting to control the distance from the mid-range. Still not really utilizing a jab, but he has worn him down physically, it seems.
Lopez moving around, stalking Egiju. I think Henry's going to go back and tell him, jab and cut off a ring, kid.
It all starts with the jab, and trainers will tell you it also ends with one. It's the most basic, simple punch that you have to have a mastery of, for the most part, unless you have some sublime talents like a Roy Jones. But again, in defense of Lopez, this is a very highly unusual dimension in terms of the fighter that he's facing. He's not going to face this many guys who are of that height.
And that'll do it. 4 good rounds. Louis Lopez gets work. And Egiju is a professional. Jared Egiju coming in, taking the fight on literally, what was it, less than 24-hour notice. And he came in and gave game effort.
Yeah. Valuable experience for Lopez. A lot of things to work on, certainly a lot of rough edges to be smoothed out, but that's exactly why you go through this developmental process. Just keep in mind, still a very young man at age 21 years old.
Juan Antonio Tena, the man with the Arizona Cardinal tattoo, all fired up. I wish I would have checked the Twitter earlier. He said, tell me Ejidu's nickname is El Skeleto, the skeleton. I messed up, man.
And Ivan Arroyo on Twitter, what's up, homies? Of course, I'm tuning in tonight. Thanks for starting the card after the draft. All I could say is we are now on the clock.
We are on the clock because I think we're going to get a beer here in the third round. I mean, third fight. I told Henry Ramirez, who has the next fighter, Jonah Mexipino, I was like, you know what? He's like, I'm going to come and join you guys after my fights. Like, either you bring nachos or you bring beer. If you come empty-handed, you prove why you're not elite. You got some other tweets in there, Steve? Sonny Franco's ready to go. Look at how smooth Sonny Franco looks tonight. My goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome inside the ring at this time to present the winners for the awards. From Davis Wire Corporation, Mr. Joe Monaco and Mr. Alvin Sharp. And from Rocket Board Fuel, Mr. Tim Woos. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. After 4 exciting rounds of action, to the judges' scorecards we go. All 3 judges, Jerry Cantu, Eddie Hernandez Sr., and Dr. Lou Moret, all see about the same. 40-36 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated from Corona, California, Louis Lopez.
The fight was savage. Louis Lopez learning experience tonight. Goes 4 rounds. The Sal Sanchez is bumping. Gets his hand raised for the second time as a professional. Good work.
Solid, and it was one of those experiences that's going to make him a better fighter tonight. For him was the theater of the unknown and the unexpected. Some turbulent waters early on. He was able to smooth them out. I thought took control in the 3rd and 4th rounds. But again, fundamentals starting off with the jab and being able to step behind the jab with proper balance and distance control of it, it's really going to be key for his overall development as a prize fighter.
You know what? Henry Ramirez has been around a long time as a trainer. You know you got some connections when you tell the commission, hey, take a picture of me and my team. You know, usually the commission is so like, we ain't doing it. Hey, oh, look, Henry's checking right there. Make sure the phone's okay. Did the picture come out good? Was it blurry? That's smooth right there, Henry. ThompsonBoxing.com. I told you it's not your traditional broadcast. We will be checking in with you guys, everybody else. Shelly Woods, what's happening? David Moser checking in. Good job, Louie. Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson coming in strong with the caps. That's a good one. I won't read that one. That's a good one, Charlie. 5 more fights to go. Share, like, let people know what's going on. Oh,
hey.
We're going here. All right. Bethel Duran. Let me fix the tie. Steve Kim. Steve, UCN Live. Also boxing scene. And, you might know him like I do from the Max Boxing days. And the other day you posted a picture. You had a radio show on a Spanish radio station?
Well, let's go back to the genesis of the main event. My first partner was a guy by the name of Tim Abrams, and Tim and this other guy that I know very well, Oscar, not that one, Valdez, bought time on KIEV 870 AM. We used to come on at midnight, technically Sunday morning for 90 minutes. That's how it all began. This is how the magic began.
Wow.
This is the genesis. Yeah, back in 1996 and 1997.
Sonny Franco, can you top that? What do you got for us?
Once again, please welcome out of the red corner from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. Here is Neri, el estudiante Garcia.
Neri Garcia, Monterrey, México. Home of los Sultanes. Representing Reyes Boxing. Also Shoot Fighting Academy. Wow, he's coming out to this song? Dell Records coming out. Mira nomás. Yo soy Ángel del Villar.
Welcome his opponent. Out of the blue corner, from Riverside, California, please welcome Jonah, the Mexipino Kid, Flores.
My Shazam doesn't recognize that. But California is letting me know that Jonah Flores is coming into some Slayer. Now that is not traditional for boxing, but I dig it. That makes me want to hit somebody. Woo-wee! Super bantamweights ready to go at it, youngsters. Jonah Flores and Eddie Garcia, Sonny Franco, the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue on with the next bout of the evening. Scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the bantamweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Jerry Cantu, Ed Hernandez Sr., and Dr. Lou Moret. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Raul Caiz Sr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner to my left. He stepped to the ring tonight wearing the black trunks trimmed with silver. When he stepped onto the scale, he went in officially at 121.8 already pounds. As a professional, his record stands 1 victory against 3 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de Monterrey, Nuevo León, México, here is Neri, el estudiante Garcia. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner to my right. He steps in the ring tonight wearing black with the colors of Mexico. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 129.9 solid pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, as a professional, he steps in the ring tonight undefeated. 3 wins with 0 losses. Joining us tonight from Riverside, California, here is Jonah, the Mexipino Kid Flores. While getting ready for charge, Raul Hayes, Sr. gives him out instructions.
Instrucciones yo se las di. Los golpes aquí están perfectamente bien. Cuidado con las cabezas. Buena suerte. Good luck to both.
Raul Hayes Sr. this time in the ring. Tail of the tape, Steve.
And basically, they are almost identical in every single dimension. The Mexipino Kid, just 20 years old.
Carlos Sanchez, ¿qué mensaje deja ahí? A lot of bad words in that one. But we got Jonah Flores, the Mexipino. Filipino mom, Mexican dad. Trained with Henry Ramirez. Taking on Neri Garcia. Garcia 1-3. He's actually a senior when he's at the Monterrey, international relations major. So he just loves boxing. He's all about it. Jonah Flores, we've seen him on Thompson Boxing before. I think he made his debut with us here. Y saludos a todos los que están mirando en Monterrey, México. Jonah also brings a big crowd with him out of Riverside.
One thing that's very apparent about Jonah Flores, he's very comfortable inside the pocket. You can almost see like how wide his eyes are. Seems to react very well, has very good radar, as I like to say, has a really good sense on how to see punches coming and basically avoid them, either by stepping back or moving his head and flipping.
Good hook landed by Flores at a poly high in Riverside. He's all IE.
The mobility of Flores does a very good job. When he sees punches coming, there's 2 ways to do it. You can put your hands up or you can move your feet. You see right there, he moves his feet. Very good presence about him right in the middle of the ring.
Ring cross boxing. His 4th pro fight. These fighters usually slow down after the first couple. They realize they actually got time. Unlike the amateurs where you have 2 minutes. Henry Ramirez really high on Jonah. Coming up, May 11th will be the next bout, and you want to come to that one, the 18th anniversary event, packed card.
And you see what Flores is doing. He's timing the attack of Garcia, and at times catching and countering with that left hook. Again, I really like the presence of Flores. He looks very, very comfortable in there. And he's certainly not afraid to stay right inside the pocket and counterpunch Garcia.
Moving around. 20 years old is Jonah Flores. Started boxing at 6. Trying to load up a bit on his punches here. Sit down on him a little bit more. Garcia, I think, felt some of that power. Back, final seconds of the opening round. Solid right from Flores. Another good hook from Flores. Strong round for 20-year-old Jonah Flores. Jack Stafford, you're right. These guys are cracking here at ringside. You can hear it. Ro Ruckus, what's up? How do you guys go on the Boxing Rundown on Facebook? And I'm going to go on a soapbox right now. You guys have had some excellent guests on that show.
Especially a couple weeks ago. I got to tell you, that was an unbelievable show.
Now, you know I don't watch your show, Ro Ruckus, because I don't like your partner. But this one I did go back and watch. Steve Kim telling stories about how he got into the business. Steve Kim letting it go. And then you follow up with Wild Card King. Man, you're going to bring in JC? After Steve Kim, you should just end the show. It doesn't get any better.
boy, no love for Mr. Cazares. I love JC.
No, I do too. I know, and he's probably watching. As I said, actually, Monday nights at 7, make sure you guys check out the Boxing Rundown on Facebook from Legends Gym, the home of Manny Robles and his crew.
And yes, and we want to say hello to Sal, Mr. Boxing Guru.
He's not watching. He's at a swap meet selling bootleg shirts somewhere.
Give him his respect, Durant. Come on.
You see where he goes on Sundays? Diga no a la piratería. Corina Garcia, saludos a usted. Dale Neri. And Rokers, I'm just messing with you, man. You guys do an excellent job on Monday nights. What happened to your tequila sponsorship, though? It's no longer there. I know you got the snack. As Ernie Gavion walks by, yes. Mr. Everlast. Second round of action. Jonah Flores, strong uppercut for the Mexicano.
Oh, good right hand. A good right hand to the body. Beto, he's 3-0, but he has no stoppages. But what I've seen tonight, he's a solid, sharp puncher. And he has a very good sense of timing.
He's getting there, huh?
Yeah, he looks like a very sharp little boxer puncher. Very well schooled, very technically grounded.
Hugo Torres, saludos. Real Ruckus, I agree with you. Bourbon. Now, if you get Arlie Palulo, you better get that scotch, man. Hello, Arlie and everybody. Javier Rodriguez in San Antonio, Texas. Saludos. I won't even mention the Spurs. Hello, Clash of Heads. Jose Torres Monchi, saludos a usted. Watching Jonah Flores and Nettie Garcia. Second bout. We got 6 total tonight. Main event, Giovani Santillan, Alejandro Barboza. Should be a good one. Sam Ramirez, I need a KO or I'm washing the dishes. Call multitasking, bro. Alex Ayala in Jacksonville. Go Jags. Vito Ruiz, Puerto Rico en la casa. Steve, Puerto Rico.
Wepa!
Real Ruckus, I will not go to do your show until you get a new host.
Flores has a real natural feel for counterpunching. You can just see him letting Garcia lead, and he will time that out and come through with some really good, short, sharp counterpunches right on the inside. Again, he may not be heavy-handed, but there's a certain sharpness and a precision to his shots.
Juan Prado watching us in Coachella. No Joel Diaz tonight, but Toño is here as Sal Sanchez will be the co-feature tonight. Joel is actually
in Louisville, Kentucky for the Evander Holyfield Mauricio Sulaiman welterweight tournament.
Good shot from Jonah.
He has Felix Diaz, who goes up against the always tough Francisco Chia Santana.
Santana has been on the Boxing Rundown. I like Chia. Wait, we got somebody watching us in Argentina? Daro Alvarez, saludos de Mar de Plata, Argentina. Vamos Boca y mándame un Malbec. Look, we got more Puerto Rico. Si viene Victor, saludos de Puerto Rico. Metal de Huepa Deportes. We got another Puerto Rican coming in here. Hold on, where'd it go? Yeah, a couple Puerto Ricos. We got Argentina. Chalo Granados, Yuyu Garcia. Ahí viene. En la pelea que sigue. James Donnelly, Boston. Okay. Alex Godinez, what's happening? Steve, real quick from Ruckus. What's up tomorrow, Magdaleno Dogbo?
I believe Jesse Magdaleno is going to have a really tough physical fight on his hands, but I see him being too versatile and too skilled that he will be pressed every single moment of that fight. But I do expect him to retain his title, and he's made it clear he wants to start unifying 122 before he moves up. And I talked to Alex Campanovo. They would absolutely love to do a fight with Danny Roman and Magdaleno in a battle of local fighters that have 122-pound belts.
Oh, really? That'd be very nice. Bernie Valenzuela, Eastville. Bernie, if you're in Eastville, how come you're not here in Ontario, bro? Miguel Torres, gracias a usted por mirando esta pelea. See, Puerto Rico's coming strong now. Colom Algarete.
And to that, another weapon.
Puerto Rico apoyando el box mexicano. You're watching Jonah Flores, the Mexicano. Jonah in the back of his trunks. Solid shots landing. Very game Nettie Garcia, the college student. El Estudiante is his nickname. I think Jonah just praying. Solid hook from Flores. Hey, Guru, see that comment from Alex Godinez? Can you just, like, school him a little bit? He wants me to have these nicknames. I told him already on Twitter, like, I don't need nicknames, bro. I'm a brand. Steve Kim is a brand. Body shot from Flores. Pretty sure that's what you want to see from Flores, right? More combinations.
Right, and you know, Flores also does something very nice that most young fighters don't grasp. He changes speeds on his punches. He'll actually just touch you on the arms and elbows to open up shots around the corner with harder left hooks to the body. This guy's got a pretty high boxing IQ, especially for a young man with only 3 fights under his belt.
Make sure the work he gets at ring cross boxing in Riverside with Henry. And Henry says he has some youngsters that do good work in there. D-Comp checking in. Oh, solid shots. No, another good shot from Flores. But when he throws those big shots, he's admiring them a little bit.
No, he is. And, you know, listen, he may not be the most heavy-handed guy. And so in 4-round fights, he may not do enough to actually wear guys down. You get the sense, though, there are certain guys who will start to score more knockouts against tougher opposition because they'll have more time to work.
Final seconds of the 3rd round. Come on, Kevin, these guys ain't scrubs. And they're doing work. They're youngsters trying to get to the main events.
Tough crowd.
Man.
Jeez.
Kevin Slagowski. Appreciate you watching. Coming up next, George Acosta, Brian Santiago. George, better known as El Yuyu, out of Whittier. This is the 2nd fight of the night. Man, Hannah Rodriguez, talk about cricket. Jeez. Alex Ayala is out here putting out his email for people for all your gear. This isn't infomercials on the Facebook, man. We already told D-Comp he can't sell shirts. Guru can't sell shirts. But smooth move, though. Fourth and final round, the youngsters going at it. Jonah Flores, 20-year-old. Nettie Garcia, 22 years old. Jonah, 45 amateur fights. Another one getting around. You mentioned Steve, he's 3-0. All of his fights have gone the distance, but he's been matched up pretty evenly.
Yeah, he has. He's faced some durable guys. And I don't know if the power's going to ever really be there. But, again, good technique, and he gets really good torque and leverage on his shot. Fundamentally, listen, he's there. And he has what I call the radar, the ability to see punches coming and then to evade them.
And you know it as these fighters coming in from Mexico, fighting for the first time. They want to get called back as an opponent again because they get better money in the United States. So they're going to be tough as nails.
I mean, look at that sequence right there from Flores, just counter-punching with that right hand, showing some versatility. Early on in the fight, it was the left hook he was catching and countering. There, about 20, 30 seconds ago, he was slipping and then dipping with that right hand over the top. Flores has some real tools. There's no doubt about that.
Kevin Duncan agrees with you, Steve. About the extra round fights for Flores, it will benefit him as time comes on. Jonah going for that knockout, isn't he?
Listen, again, he may not be a young Marco Antonio Barrera in terms of being able to hit through people, but you look at his technique and the way he puts his body into his punches. There is a certain velocity to his shots.
Trying to load up on that shot.
See that? He caught a punch and then he shot right back over the top. He's really, really adept at that.
Now, something you see from guys who are 3-0, right?
Then that's a style you have to perfect and craft. And Flores, being so inexperienced, I'm getting the sense that's just what he's good at naturally.
Alex Ayala, nobody said Garcia was a prospect. Fourth and final round. Garcia is a college student. As he said, I'm fighting because I need to pay and make some money. A chance to fight in the United States. I'm going to come in and be as tough as can be. And Jonah Flores got good 4 rounds of work. Good fight. Good fight. Good work for Jonah Flores in his 4th professional fight. These kind of rounds are where you learn something, where you get experience. You can spar as much as you want, Steve, but until you're actually in the ring and you face somebody, it's different.
Well, I'm impressed. Listen, punchers are born, they are not made. That might be the one missing ingredient Flores really has, but everything else in terms of technique and mastery of fundamentals and having a certain philosophy and then being able to execute that kid right there, he has a future. Now, most of his fights, if this is going to be what he is, probably going to be long fights. Now, if he starts facing tougher guys early on, I get the sense he's going to be in a lot of good fights because he's not afraid to stand right inside the pocket and give guys the opportunity to touch him up. And he's also very elusive, though. So Flores, again, may not have a lot of power, but he just might be a prospect worth looking out for in the future.
Carlos Carlson is watching. Albert Baker, Instant Boxing. Glad you're able to make time for us.
Yes.
Appreciate everybody checking in. Mike Ruiz. Thompson is a good promotion, but isn't compared to big promotions out there. Did anybody say they were? There's a reason we're in a hotel ballroom. I mean, you got to know what you are, but they are also giving you a free broadcast tonight, a stream with excellent quality around the world with a top-notch crew, and you will see up-and-coming fighters that develop into champions like a Danny Roman. None of these guys are blue-chip guys that they signed for a reason, but then next thing you know, they're in the main fights.
Yeah, and keep this in mind, they've also developed the likes of Timothy Bradley, who one day will probably be in the International Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota.
Yep. And Sonny Franco is a top-notch announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome inside the ring at this time from Mata Masonry, Frankie and Jose, and from Thompson Design Center Orange, Miss Mary Cruz. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. After 4 exciting rounds of action, to the judges' scorecards we go. All 3 judges, Jerry Cantu, Eddie Hernandez Sr., and Dr. Lou Moret, all see about the same. 40-36 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from Riverside, California, Jonah, the Mexipino Kid, Flores.
Jonah Flores is now 4-0, Steve Kim.
Good-looking young fighter. The only thing that he really does not have is above-average power. Everything else, he seems to check off all the other boxes. Certainly a young man I want to see develop going into the future.
Thanks to Winston Carrillo for watching us. Make sure you go Winston's family restaurant, Carrillo's, in Los Angeles. Danny Zamora checking in. Congratulations to Team Ramirez.
Yes, and here's a tweet from Kicking It Like a Ninja.
Oh.
Another great
back
stream
on.
and commentary. Big Viva to Thompson again. And here's one from Dishonest Truth. Love
like
these
that guy.
Thompson boxing cards. Spirited fights. Beautiful ring card girls. And, of course, excellent commentary. Can't ask for more. Houston loves Kim and Betta. Houston, you have no problem.
Dishonest Truth. Appreciate you. So all the tweets that will be read tonight, send them to Steve, UCN Live. He'll be checking them. I read all the Facebook ones. That's what you call tag team partner. So right now we have a chance to take advantage of some of Steve Kim's news and notes. Steve, the first one that you emailed me, tomorrow night's card. It's a busy Saturday. I saw your calendar. There's a bunch of stuff going on.
Set your DVRs. 4 p.m. ESPN from Philadelphia. We got Dogbo Magdaleno and also the world's smallest heavyweight, Joey D. Dojeko, taking on Brian Bye-Bye Jennings in an all-Philadelphia battle. Then at 5:30, PBC on Fox. Josecito Lopez, who, by the way, has fought here in this very, very same venue.
Also, Thompson created somebody, huh?
Wow, how about that? And then at 7 o'clock, by the way, HBO is still in the boxing business, and they have a card from the Barclays Center with Jarrell Big Baby Miller came in at 304 pounds.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. So some are calling it Baby Fat, and, of course, Danny Jacobs.
304 pounds.
Jeez.
Wait, we're still talking here? They're telling me to keep doing this. So drink some water, Steve.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, look, Eric Molinar is over here wanting us to promote everything. We're not promoting stuff here. This isn't the swap meet that Guru goes to. Leave comments. Don't try to sell what you guys are selling.
But I want to note, if you wire us some money,
we're all
more
about
than
it.
willing to make a deal.
We're all about it. Now, if you want to go on the Boxing Rundown on Mondays and sell stuff, feel free. You guys can do all that you want. Coming up next, it'll be Acosta, Brian Tovar. Then after that, Mikey Alcantara, Jose Naranjo, then Sal Sanchez and Rodriguez in the main event. Giovani Santillan, Alejandro Barboza. Rocas wants to know, can we get Baby Miller against Andy Ruiz?
You know what? That would actually be a very, very interesting fight. What I'm being told is if Jarrell Miller wins tomorrow night, there's a shot he could be facing Anthony Joshua in his stateside debut in the late summer.
Really?
Yes, in New York.
Interesting. Eric Molinar said he's going to send you Bitcoin.
Oh,
all
thank
about
you.
it. Ruben Espinoza. Let's have a beer next time we meet. Hey, we're all about beer tonight.
Yes.
So if you're here, send us some beer. So I don't know if they're going to let us drink it, but we're going to do it anyways. You got Van Halen going now?
Yeah, oh my God.
Look at this. Oh, also on your news and notes, Steve. We'll save the Canelo talk for later when we don't have to yell. But you have news about May 5th at StubHub, right?
Well, a couple of things. Next week at the StubHub Center, back-to-back shows. It's Boxing Palooza 2018. King Ryan Garcia, Friday night on ESPN. By the way, Beto Duran, I believe, is part of the broadcast. And then May 5th, Gennady Golovkin takes on Vanes Martirosyan. My question is, as a member of the media, can we get a 2-for-1 for parking? They charge you an arm and a leg out there in Carson. Jeez.
They will be there on Friday night, ESPN2. Bernardo Osuna and Bernard Hopkins will be on the call. I'll be a ringside reporter. Man, the music is loud tonight.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Ernie Gabion shows up, and all of a sudden the music gets turned on. Steve, Wilder and Joshua.
Well,
where's
okay.
that $50 million at?
Here's the thing. About that email, I thought this was a complete grandstand job, and I'm beginning to think that the email was addressed to Anthony Joshua, beginning with, I am a Nigerian prince with $50 million. It was nothing more than grandstanding, and I believe Wilder is on his way to facing Dominic Brazil in the summer.
And Van Halen is wrapping up. Sonny Franco. Let's go.
Once again, please welcome out of the red corner from Gallardo, Tamaulipas, Mexico. Here is Santiago, El Matamoro Tovar.
Rigo Tobar, mi Matamoros querido is a jam. And that's what Brian Santiago is coming into. He's from Matamoros, Mexico. Guru, you like that song, huh, baby? And you know I had to Shazam that. There's no way I know that song. Mi Matamoros querido.
Out of the blue corner, from South Whittier, California, here is George El Yuyu Acosta.
And Chalino Sanchez is the song being chosen by Yuyu Acosta. Acosta from Whittier, but his parents from Los Mochis, Sinaloa. And it's Chalino with A Todo, Sinaloa. I actually know that song, Guru. Don't quote me, baby. And you're right, Jose Cuevas. It does feel like a quinceañera with these jams going on right now. Backyard, of course. Miguel Torres, you're right. Mr. Thompson does look good. Sonny Franco looks even better.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the DoubleTree Hotel in Ontario, California, Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present the next bout of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the lightweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout show to go the distance are Jerry Cantu, Eddie Hernandez Sr., and Dr. Lou Moret. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Raul Caiz Jr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner to my left. He stepped to the ring tonight wearing the red trunks with white. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in at a ready 133.2 solid pounds. As a professional, his record stands 0 wins against 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight from Gallardo, Tamaulipas, Mexico, here is Santiago, El Matamoros Tobar. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner to my right. He stepped the ring tonight wearing the black trunks with the colors of Mexico and the US of A. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 134.7 ready pounds. As a professional, his record undefeated, 4 wins with 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight from South Whittier, California, introducing George El Yuyu Acosta. Once again, your referee in charge, Raul Caiz Jr., to give the final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect? A good, clean fight. Ya les hicieron la instrucciones de una pelea limpia. Legal punches, no legales, here for you. Here for you. Touch those gloves.
This time it's Caiz Jr., the third man in the ring. Tell the tape, Steve.
And there's a big age difference. Santiago, 28 years old, but Acosta with a 3-inch advantage in height.
Beth Durant, Steve Kim, and you checking in. There's a lot of people coming in from Florida. I guess that's for Sam Rodriguez. That's the co-main. 2 more fights to go. We're our 3rd fight of the night. They're scheduled for 6. George Acosta, better known as El Yuyu, because his sister, Nancy, couldn't say his name when he was a baby, called him Yuyu, and as you know, when you're a Mexican, you get a nickname. It's stuck forever. Nobody calls him that, so El Yuyu is what he's known as. Out of Whittier, California. His opponent, Brian Santiago, El Callado, the quiet one. He's in red.
The one thing I noticed about Acosta earlier, looks a little bit stiff, and that chin is up there in the air, and every time he throws a jab, that head comes out in front. You generally, when you stick that left hand out there as a right-handed fighter, you want that chin down and generally not hanging over your front knee. And I can see immediately that's something that they should be working on in the gym constantly, keeping your head back and down.
Acosta gets a lot of work at Maywood Boxing. You know, if you're sparring in there, you got to get some great work.
Well, that's one of the real blue-collar gyms in the Southern California area.
I hear they don't let you film your sparring in there.
No, they don't. Interesting.
What a
Jeez.
Well, you never see any sparring posted from there. Shocker. How dare they? Guru, you got better troll than that, man. Come on now. Acosta started boxing at the age of 8. The Norwalk Sheriff had a boxing program, YAL. His trainer, Jeff Flotree, found him there. Got him. So the sparring that he gets in May with, Steve, Javier Molina, some Lee Selby, Jose Felix Jr.
Oh, and that looked like kind of a counter left hook or an uppercut. Didn't look like the hardest shot, but knocked his guy off balance, and Santiago's taking that mandatory 8.
Ruled the knockdown. Santiago, 28 years old. Sorry, he's 20 years old. Because Acosta has a lot of people in attendance here tonight. Close to 100 tickets sold for him. That's another thing. You're young, you better be able to sell some tickets too. He's not signed with the promoter. Bouncing around looking, trying to make an impression with somebody.
Yeah, Acosta turned pro last year, 3-0, and made his 2018 debut February 15th, winning a 4-round decision over Tio Alonso. But you could see, just looking at him, very rigid and stiff in his movements. Now, this is going to be a long-term project for whoever decides to handle this career. And you know what? Linus wants to stick up for us. He says, good grief. Nobody kvetches, yes, kvetches, more than boxing quote-unquote fans. These shows are great. The labor lawyer in me just wants to make sure you aren't using quote-unquote student interns, read unpaid, on the camera work, though.
They're not
LOL.
interns. They don't even go to school.
And there it is, the counter shot. Didn't look like the most devastating punch you'll ever see for a knockdown, but that was ruled a knockdown by referee Raul Caiz Jr. And also Linus adds, that's not a shot at their work. Just has to be clear. They just look that young.
Well, we do have 4 youngsters working the camera, just graduate college. And the reason that we're not paying them is because Steve and we demand a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, what, like we come cheap? Jeez.
Like I'm going to give them my per diem.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
I post them on my Instagram. That gets some followers. Then you do whatever you want from that, kids. Build your own. No, on the real, though, those kids get paid. They do excellent
Yeah.
work. 4 youngsters. And now they're training hooks here. Jab from Acosta. And let me correct myself. Acosta, this is his first fight with Thompson Boxing. He's officially a Thompson fighter.
Yeah, and the way Acosta throws punches, counter shots are there because, again, that head is leaning out in front of his front knee. There's that old saying from trainers, box behind your back foot. That's another way of saying keeping that head back a little bit further than Acosta is.
Christian Avila going for Team Acosta. Esteban Arredondo es todo Yuyo. Wait, Yuyu, not Yuyo. Right hand from Acosta, uppercut. Solid shot. Santiago trying to hold on. That dropped him. Caiz jumps in. I don't know if he's going to get up, Steve.
Well.
And it's over. The corner stopped it.
Yeah.
A second round stoppage by El Yuyu, George Acosta.
And I believe it was a right hand while Santiago was laid up on the ropes that really buzzed him. So Acosta moves to 5-0 when he scores his first stoppage victory as a professional prize fighter.
And you heard the crowd, a very heavy Acosta fan base. He was game, Brian Santiago, but he gets stopped. Y saludos a todos los que están mirando los mochis, a los caneros. And speaking of Sinaloa, dude, if you guys want to see a crazy video, go to Oscar Valdez's Instagram. I'll tell you a story after this knockdown, Steve, and you'll be tripping out. What's up? We got. Here it is. Those high school interns ain't doing work.
So here is Acosta pressing the advantage. It actually looked to be that straight left. The jab right down the middle that really popped the head back of Santiago. And as Raul Caiz Jr. was administering the 8 count, the commission member, well, actually coming in with that stool, I believe that fight was waved off even before the count reached 8 or 9.
Regardless, George Acosta, El Yuyu, representing Cal High in Whittier, gets his first KO. He's now 4-0, actually 5-0. Coming up next, Mikey Alcantara, Jose Naranjo. Alcantara out of East LA. But the story about Oscar Valdez, Steve, go to his Instagram story. Oscar Valdez, 126-pound champ with Espinosa Boxing. He's in Sinaloa visiting Zurdo Ramirez, right there in Mazatlan. Zurdo has a German Shepherd that he trains. Oscar, as we know, loves animals. Go to Oscar Valdez 56 Instagram. And you know what, Steve, let me just pull it up for you. Well, we got time right now. And Valdez puts on the arm guard like you would if you're like training police dogs, the canine dogs. Zurdo, mind you, Oscar still has the wired jaw. Zurdo decides to let his dog go. Hold on, California. Here it is, the video. Show it, Steve. Here it is. Go check out Oscar Valdez, 56. Zurdo lets the dog go. Oscar is his arm heavily padded, like they would a guard dog. And the dog is gnawing on Oscar's arm. Sonny Franco knows about people gnawing his arm.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 1:23 of round number 2. Referee Raul Caiz Jr. puts a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by way of a knockout and still undefeated from South Whittier, California, George El Yuyu Acosta.
Chalino jamming, let the quinceañera keep on going. As we have it right there representing los Caneros, los de Sinaloa. Y saludos a Leonardo Vitela, que está en su rancho en Durango, mirando las peleas por el Face. Y como siempre, a nuestro gran amigo Don José Vitela, el que canta bien de todos. We're in Ontario, California. Beth Duran, Steve Kim. We got people in, we got Ontario checking in. We got, what are we doing here? Just run a commercial? All right, as the two fighters that just had their fight coming up, here's a promo from Thompson Boxing. Quinceañera jams keep on going. Sonora Dinamita going. Chalino. Now we got the honorary Mexican, Alex Campanovo.
Hello. Hola.
Where you from? Bolivia?
Bolivia.
He literally has gone to Bolivia.
I'm
Yeah.
going Bolivian, yes.
Alex, general manager and matchmaker for Thompson Boxing. We just saw one of your new signees, Acosta.
Look very good.
Yeah.
Has quite a following, too.
Yeah.
Online and here.
Oh,
So it's
online.
great.
Oh,
Yeah.
online. We got a lot of people in Los Mochis watching us.
That's beautiful.
So far, Steve Thompson watching in Norway. We got Norway, Puerto Rico, Argentina so
That's
far.
Steve Thompson?
Yeah, Steve Thompson watching us
Hey,
in Norway.
Steve.
Wait, is he related?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's Steve. Oh,
There you go.
just watching us. Alex, what's on the card for Thompson Boxing? Especially May 11th. That's going to be a big night.
It's going to be a big night for us, our 18th year anniversary. We started back in May of 2000, so it's fitting that we have that show here again where it all started. We're going to have a nice and action-filled card, probably about 6 or 7 fights. Somebody that is to my right probably will not be here that night. Anyway, but everybody will be here that night, and we're going to have a spectacular main event between Roberto Arriaza and Juan Ruiz. Roberto Arriaza, who won the WBO Intercontinental title.
Wait, the
back
guy who knocked out Valentin
Yes.
in like 20 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow,
greatest
okay.
stat in boxing that Sammy Valentin is undefeated except against Thompson Boxing and Alex Campanova made fights. Couple of things. Are we going back to Salinas in the summer?
See.
Short,
Sweet. Ruben Villa sold it out. That was a fun venue.
Oh, the
that was
Storm
nice.
House.
We'll
the
be
Storm House.
We'll be
yes.
back to the Storm House. We're thinking about late August, early September. I wish we could be back sooner, but our summer calendar is pretty full right now.
Now, I know that there's talk of going to Midland, Texas, and San Diego. How's that coming along?
We're working on this. We were speaking earlier this afternoon. Once we go over our anniversary show in May, we're we're pretty much having events every 2 weeks. So I think we're going to have the late summer, fall schedule or set up in a few more weeks.
You hear that, Danny Zamora? Late fall. All right, Danny Zamora watching us right now.
Hey, Danny, we missed you. Not.
Oh, wow. Now, 18 years in, what do you think is the crowning achievement of Thompson Boxing?
To be honest with you, it's been able to build a lot of athletes from their beginning to becoming world champions and seeing them along the way, making contenders out of them. Not every single one of the guys that has stepped in this ring has been able to fight for a world title, but a lot of them have. And that's a great achievement for us and for them.
Alex, I love the 4 young horsemen. Ruben Villa, Dutch Over, Honey Torres, and then also, I'm forgetting one.
Sal Sanchez
Sal
tonight.
Sanchez, yeah, who's actually fighting in about 45 minutes. Is this the best young talent that you've had as a collection during the 18 years, you think?
Absolutely. Collectively, yes. And we have high hopes for every single one of them. Hard, dedicated kids, really good families that follow them, that support them, and we can wait for them to step it up and get into a contender position.
And the reason you guys are watching the stream, of course, Mr. Thompson and Alex Campanova. So for those of you who's crying and complaining, oh, we got some haters tonight. We got little whiners.
Wow.
That's all right. We'll be back with the action in right now.
No,
Let's
but,
get it in.
and by the way, Todd Slagowski, the matchy shirts, his is expensive.
Thanks, guys. That's not true. I checked your tag.
Jose Fabian Naranjo.
Jose Naranjo, el tijuanero, coming into mis travesuras, Julián Álvarez y su norteño banda. That one I do know. Roman Diaz watching in New Mexico. Wait, Los Algodones, Mexico, where Sal Sanchez was born. Joshua Zimmer, what's up? Kevin Slagowski, Nova Southeastern University. Where's that at? Ramiro Guerra, Saginaw, Michigan, checks in. Actually, we got a Michigan kid in the main event, Alejandro Barboza, who grew up in Detroit.
From Silmar, California, here is Mikey Alcantara.
Miguel Mikey Alcantara. Everybody calls him Mikey. Miguel, just his given name. Tome nota, take note, by Adriel Favela, featuring Los del Arroyo. It's the song he comes in. Mikey representing East LA, now living in Sylmar, California. Undefeated, making his Thompson boxing debut. Sonny Franco, he's been strong.
California. Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present the next bout of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the super bantamweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Jerry Cantu, Eddie Hernandez Sr., and Dr. Lou Moret. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Raul Caiz Sr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner to my left. He steps the ring tonight wearing the white and silver trunks. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 121.7 ready pounds. As a professional, he has 12 fights to his credit, including 3 victories against 7 defeats with 2 bouts even. One of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de Baja California, Tijuana, Mexico, introducing Jose Fabian Naranjo. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner to my right. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the burgundy trunks trimmed with silver. When he stepped onto the scale, he went in officially at 121.9 solid pounds. As a professional, he enters the ring tonight undefeated. 4 wins with 0 losses. 2 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Sylmar, California, here is Mikey Alcantara. Once again, your referee in charge, Raul Caiz Sr., to give the final instructions.
Abajo, los golpes aquí están perfectamente bien. Quiero una pelea limpia, cuidado con las cabezotas, dense la mano y buena suerte.
And we look at the tail of the tape, the number that stands out, 37 years old for Jose Naranjo. 16 years in difference between him and Alcantara.
Mikey Alcantara, East Los Angeles, started his boxing career at Oscar De Leon's old gym, now the site of his high school, the Resurrection Gym. That's where he went as a kid, started boxing. Now here as a fighter on Thompson Boxing. In the past, he sparred some of the best around in the area. Jesse Magdaleno, Oscar Negrete, who will give anybody good work. Emilio Sanchez, whose younger brother Sal fights tonight. So he goes around to the gyms in Southern California, boxes.
Another guy he's moved around with is Joseph Diaz, who May 19th fights for the WBC featherweight title against Gary Russell.
Body shot, and I don't know how much longer this was going to go, Steve.
Yeah, you know, Naranjo is a fighter that's been on the decline, 0-6-1 in his last 7. 2 names that really stand out on his ledger, Hector Tanajara Jr. and the late Cesar Diaz.
Yep. He's tough in game, but that was a couple years ago when he fought those guys.
You know, he's 37, and quite frankly, early on, it looks like an old 37. Those body shots visibly affecting him.
Our 4th fight of the night, 6 total with the main event, Giovani Santillan and Alejandro Barboza. Mikey, now living in the Valley, but still goes and trains at Ponce's gym in Montebello. Does his road work in the morning, conditioning, then he gets his work at Ponce's late afternoon.
Yeah, the Ponce gym is actually on Whittier Boulevard, which is right across the street from the Harvard of East LA, Montebello High School.
Go Oilers.
Yes.
Strong water polo team. Mikey Alcantara. Went to Wilson High, home of the Mules. Another fighter who sold some tickets. He said he would like to go down to 118. This fight.
Oh, he got popped with a good right hand there.
Naranjo winging it. That's Naranjo. He's a survivor.
And going back to the Twitter timeline, Ruben Espinoza, who we met a couple of weeks ago, says about going back to the Stormhouse. Orale. Also, Linus SQ talking about Roberto Ariaza fight last month. That Sammy Valentin KO last month was close to being Ray Mercer, Tommy Morrison. Valentin was out. Beto, that was literally a 20-second fight.
It was.
Yeah.
You could post that on Instagram. It was that fast.
And also, good boxing fan, Jose Cuevas, saying there were some great fights tonight on Thompson Boxing. Great stuff. El Yuyu was impressive.
Salvador Carrillo on the Facebook, who had Mikey Alcantara on his show, The Boxing Rundown on Mondays, doesn't even know how to spell his name. He's spelling it Mickey. Like Roman, Mouse. Of course, Guru would know about Mickey Mouse. Yeah, that right hand landed by Naranjo was felt. You're right, Alcantara needs to cover up. The record might be 3-7-2, but these Mexicans from Tijuana are tough. They come to fight, and they give these young guys work. Man, tough crowd tonight. People complaining. Jeez. This guy, look, Alcantara is 4-0. You're not going to match him up that hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I get the sense he's not ready for Jesse Magdalena or Danny Roman, okay?
My goodness, people.
You see, Alcantara is a bit of a switch hitter. He will alternate between the orthodox and southpaw stance.
And he'll mix it up, as I said, to confuse the guys, just to give them a different look.
You should just stick right on his chest and go to the body. That's where he's been his most effective. Stay nice and low, and as they say, make yourself small as you lean in on the guy.
Yeah, Mickey actually fought on a couple of top-ranked shows, you know, that 3 o'clock at StubHub. Fought for a different promoter, doesn't have one, he's looking for one. Fighting for Thompson tonight, and you know, maybe Alex sees something he likes with the kid. What up, Lily Aloha? $808 checking in San Diego. Your fighter, Giovani Santillan, is the main event. 2 fights from now. Good body shot.
One thing that I've noticed about Alcantara, he's safer on the inside, in close. Because he does have a habit as he separates of pulling out and becoming very upright. That's where he's ran into some good hard shots from Naranjo.
And Naranjo, this dude is 37, didn't start boxing until he's 30. Like, why? He's like, I needed money.
Yeah, and again, Alcantara doing a nice job as he sticks in close. He makes it a phone booth battle. That's where he's been most effective.
Those tough, they don't care about your record or your pedigree or the fact that everybody in your corner has matchy shirts. They're here for their check, and they're here to make it tough for you. They ain't worried about posting on Instagram what they did. Because if they come out and they're a good opponent, they can get used again.
Naranjo certainly very game if outgunned.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is I'd like to take the opportunity to thank some of our sponsors like Play Caligor Hardscape, Ford Fiber Building Systems Group, Lucas Oil, It Works, Rush Truck Centers, Everlast, Thompson Building Materials, Omega Products International, Western, Davis Wire, Sparkstone, and Commercial Bank of California. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Robert St. Management.
Alex Godinez, thanks for following me today on Twitter. But man, I thought you would have had like better comments, bro. I thought your troll game was gonna be strong. I know your team Lawfer because he gave you tickets, but
He's gonna be there next week.
damn, bro, like at least talk about a movie that's like people talk about now. Guru says you guys are tailgating Cinco de Mayo.
Well, I am actually trying to talk Mr. Boxing Guru into getting an RV so we could spend the night.
Look, as the mayor of Carson, bad idea. Just because you got to pay $100-something for parking. With third round of action, Mikey Alcantara in the red. Virgil Ortiz Sr. checking in. Virgil Ortiz Sr., now you're a guy we definitely want to talk to. When are you coming back to camp? I know you guys are in Texas right now. As Antonio Diaz will be here next fight. He's got Sal Sanchez. Albert Baker promoting Under the Hand Wraps, a good, excellent show on
Quality work there.
on YouTube.
Very nice production.
Always good. Got the drone. Believe it or not, boxing media that uses a camera, not their phone.
Well, Naranjo's been very game. He really has. I thought he might get blown out of here early, but he is certainly pressing Mikey Alcantara tonight.
Mikey started boxing because his brother wanted to go to the gym as kids, and his brother's actually in his corner tonight. Brother Eduardo, he boxed it up until the age of 14. And his brother stopped boxing. Mikey kept on going. And there they go. There he is now as a professional. Alcantara's dad from Toluca, his mom Colima, Mexico. As he's getting quality work, is Naranjo. Look,
It's been game.
Yeah.
He really has been, and he's also been a threat. He is throwing leather back at Alcantara. This has been anything but one-way traffic here.
Virgil Ortiz says his son is good, giving him a small break. Always works hard, so he needs a small break to refresh the body. Excellent job, Virgil Sr. Those mental breaks are huge for kids, too. And Virgil Ortiz Jr., somebody you guys want to watch on the come-up, is very talented. Shakira is jamming and Henry Ramirez sits down.
What up, guys?
You get Shakira going, and all of a sudden Henry wants to get going.
I had to go, say hi to all our supporters.
Up next, Sal Sanchez, Sam Rodriguez. Now, you thought I was joking when I said if you're going to come sit with us, bring us beer. Where's the beer at?
Yeah.
I had two before I came here.
Okay, no.
Yeah, we could smell it on your breath.
Are you serious? You didn't bring us no beer?
Well, you thought he was kidding?
No, I had two.
No, I know you had to. You didn't bring us any
Listen,
beer.
if you guys could really drink on this,
We can.
Are you serious?
Have you not listened to the broadcast?
No, I don't believe it though, bro.
Have you not listened to it? We do this sober. Imagine if we were drinking.
Oh, dude. Listen.
Go get beer, then come back.
I had a great time with you guys in Salinas.
Go get beer, then come back, and next, go on the boxing rundown with Guru. I want you to drive to Riverside, from Riverside up, wherever they do it. Norwalk.
Henry, we saw your kid, the Mexipino kid. He looks like a very sharp, counter-punching guy, a really good presence in the ring. The power, do you think it'll come with him, or do you think he'll score more stoppages in longer fights?
I think he's going to score more stoppages in longer fights, breaking guys down. And, you know, he just turned 20 years old like 3 weeks ago. He's a great kid to work with, man. He's a hard-working kid, very humble, just a low-maintenance guy. Extremely dedicated. Like I said, he's a great kid to work with. Very, very sharp. He looked very sharp tonight. I was very happy with his performance.
And then opening bout tonight, Luis Lopez. You told me we weren't going to see much about him because his opponent was tough. But the dude goes 4 rounds. He gets quality work.
You know what? You know what I liked about what he did? He was in there with a guy who's 6'4", very awkward, and he was patient, but he never got flustered. Just kept working, and I was very happy with what he did based on the circumstances.
Henry, do you think he needs to do a better job at establishing his attack, setting the table with the jab?
Absolutely, because I kept telling him, don't walk without it. He was trying to get close distance, but without using the jab. And there's ways of closing distance with the jab. You know, from too far, you want to use 2-3 jabs and step. He was overstepping a little bit, but I still, like I said, he was a 6'4" guy who was awkward, there to survive, and I was very pleased with his poise. You know, just patience.
Had a clash of heads right now. We're watching Mikey Alcantara in the burgundy, Jose Naranjo. And Naranjo, Henry, you can answer this. A tough Mexican. He's 3-7-2. How tough is it sending a young kid up against these grown men who have they're not scared of anything?
I'm about to tell you. Steve, you've seen my kid Anthony Chavez, who's very, very talented. He did not look good when you seen him. He fought Naranjo right here in his pro debut last year. He was 3-4-1 when we fought him in his pro debut.
Like everybody, like people are hating, like, oh, this guy's this guy should be tough.
Naranjo's tough, friend. He's tough.
But these like guys from the border, they come in.
They come to fight.
Well, there's 2 types of boxing records. Boxing records and Mexican boxing
records. Yeah.
Bill Parcells was famous for saying, you are what your record says you are. But in boxing, it's a little bit different. There's the matchmaking. There could be bad decisions, robberies.
Listen. If you're a top prospect who signed with a major promoter, listen, when you get to 15-20-0, look at, don't think it's setting the world on fire. That's by design. It's engineered. Boxing is very engineered to a certain extent, you know.
That's when you're a hot prospect. Like this guy is not a hot prospect, so you have to get matched up sooner, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, this is a good little back and forth fight. And Naranjo, like I said, I turned my kid Anthony Chavez pro against this guy, and he's rugged. He's a rugged guy.
Rugged. We thought he was going to be done early. And then aguantó el mexicano.
Yeah, he's tough. He's there.
Henry, this is what you call Mexican tough.
Yeah, Mexican tough.
What a way to make a living. Henry, this is what you call 2 guys that want a beer. Look, what are we going to do? Like, Alex is going to get rid of us?
Really
okay, look. Yeah, I want a beer because I'm thirsty right now.
What do you guys want? I'm going to make sure you get it. What do you guys?
And we're going to take
beer or nothing. I'll get you guys something like vodka tonic.
Oh, yeah, give me a Tito's and soda.
I'll take 1, too.
I'm going to get you 2 Tito's and soda right now.
You guys want one? Crew, you guys need one? No, you guys are actually working.
3?
Well, now, whoa, wait. For Henry, the Chris Arreola money brought out.
Say, you know we had 4-round kids.
Yeah, jeez.
You got the Josecito money, baby.
Damn, bro.
Whoa.
Well, here's the thing.
Whoa.
Look, and I'm going to say,
whoa.
If we are doing such a great job, we got people in Norway, Argentina, Puerto Rico watching us. I'm feeling myself right now. What are they going to do, replace us?
Nah.
With who?
They're not.
With who? Alex is busy right now. He can't listen. He's not listening. That's why.
Man.
Yeah, go give me a
Let me
cocktail.
tell you guys, I had a great time with you guys in Salinas. I had nothing to do up there. I was just hanging out.
You know what they say about places like Salinas, right?
We're going back.
Bro,
There's no there.
Dude, the talent there, though, God, man.
Yeah.
The women.
Wow,
Man,
man.
Where were you at?
I was there. You were there.
No.
Oh, my God, bro. There was a lot. There was a lot there.
Cuñado, what's up? I want to hear.
He gave me a thumbs up, bro. There was some talent, right? There was a lot of talent there, bro.
Unlike you, some of us had to work that night.
No, I was hanging out, bro.
I just want the audience to know I was focused
At
purely
the
in
job.
on boxing that weekend.
Hey, for real though, what do you have coming up with your other fighters?
Okay, so the two kids you've seen tonight are fighting June 2nd at Agua Caliente Casino.
Okay.
I have Scott Alexander fighting June 30th. I have Eugene Hill in the rescheduled match against Laurent Mitchell up there in June 30th, Sacramento. I also have another Mexican heavyweight debuting in June 2nd at Agua Caliente Casino. Kid who's been with me about 10 years, you know, Mexican heavyweight, 6'4", about 230.
Well, you lead the league in Mexican heavyweights. I'm
Hey,
gonna
bro,
tell
listen.
So wait, if you're a Mexican heavyweight, they have to train with you?
No, this is a kid who's been with me since 15 years old, right?
Okay.
He was 6'4", 160, and the first day I met him, I said, "You're going to be a heavyweight." He's 6'4", 230 now, going to turn pro.
All right.
Righty, lefty's got some good skills, got some pop. You know, I also got Anthony Chavez, Joshua Conley. I have Marcos Hernandez, the kid from Fresno. And I'll tell you guys what's going on with him off the air because I can't remember.
And the name of your gym, once again?
Which one?
Your gym, what's it called?
Oh, Ring Cross Boxing.
Ring Cross Boxing.
I have Anthony Franco also, Scott Alexander.
So if you're at Mexican heavyweight, go to Ring Cross in Riverside. You, Henry, right now,
I'm gonna send you guys those
congrats on your ramps. Now go to the bar. And Sonny Franco is inside the ring.
To the good judges scorecards, we go for the official decision. Jerry Cantu sees about 40-37. Eddie Hernandez Sr. sees it 39-37. While Dr. Lou Morat sees about 40-36. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from Silmar, California, Mikey Alcantara.
Mikey Alcantara is now 5-0, gets good quality work, fighting with Thompson Boxing for the first time. Alex Campanova is watching us, and Alex, we just ordered drinks from Henry.
I'm really gonna send those right now too.
I'm really gonna drink it.
You guys, I hope you got. I got 3 coming right now.
All right. Coming up next, Sal Sanchez, Sam Rodriguez. Now, everybody on the Instagram, on the Facebook, don't just comment, share it. Everybody in Florida, you're ready for Sam Rodriguez out of Palm Beach, Florida. Cheryl Wojciechowski, Nicholas Gwynn, share it. Let people know where we got this broadcast going. And right now, let's take a chance to go with Steve Kim's news and notes. Now, people are making the Canelo joke, Steve, but should they?
Well, listen, as I said, I went Johnny Cochran. I said, to be fair, test that hair. And it turns out they did. And according to Nevada State Athletic Commission, it came up clean, or it came up consistent with what looked like clenbuterol contamination. But the way I look at it, okay, Tom Loeffler has said from the day after Vanes Martirosyan fight, which is next week, that he thinks both fighters should be willing to do random drug testing all the way up until the expected rematch in September. Now, Henry, to me, if both fighters are on the level playing field in terms of testing protocols,
what's the issue?
What is the issue at that point?
Steve, I always want to believe a fighter is doing it on the up and up. I think the thing that really casted doubt for me, just personally, was that they had never tested him that far out in Mexico.
Yeah,
that was a little suspect to me,
And right now, a special presentation inside the ring as Thompson Boxing is going to honor one of their fighters who had a tremendous display on YouTube, because that's where you saw the 20-second highlight. Araiza they're going to bring him in there. Mr. Thompson, they want to have him as he's the one who, to use the words of Henry Ramirez, smoked Sammy. He didn't want that smoke, huh?
He got that smoke.
Mr. Thompson's in the ring with it, and I think we're ready to go, right?
In Salinas, I was Sonny Franco's personal chauffeur.
We all were.
I told him, do you want me to wear a black hat to make it look a little more?
Hey, I just want to say thank you for for spending these moments with you.
It was fun. It was fun hanging out with you guys up there. This is a good time for me to go get those for you guys.
Yeah, this is a great time.
Really is.
4 of them now.
special presentation, ladies and gentlemen. A very special man inside the ring at this time. I want to tell you just a little bit about him. He won by an impressive knockout recently on Telemundo. Currently ranked 9th by the WBO. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be fighting in the main event for Thompson Boxing's 18th annual, the anniversary show, May 11th. He's here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to receive his belt. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the new WBO Intercontinental Welterweight Champion, Roberto Ariasa. Presented with his belt, President of Thompson Boxing Promotions, Mr. Ken Thompson, and WBO Supervisor, Mr. Gino Rodriguez. Once again, Gino will be... Also, ladies and gentlemen, joining inside the ring, we have two fighters that will also be fighting May 11th on the 18th anniversary show for Thompson Boxing Promotions, May 11th. The first one, please give a big round of applause for Eric Ituarte. And also fighting May 11th, give a big round of applause for Mario Hernandez. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, May 11th, we hope you are here, the 18th anniversary show for Thompson Boxing Promotions. Tickets on sale now. We'll see you inside the ring.
Thompson Boxing building the young fighter, the Raisa. Colombian, he does good work. Could be something you wrote about him, possibly fighting Santiana.
Yeah, there is a possibility, and certainly Alex Campanova wants to start pairing off these guys as they move up the WBO ratings, perhaps putting that fight on Showbox in the summer, which would certainly be a very big showcase for big Ariasa and Santillan as they try to position themselves in the WBO.
Giovani Santillan, Alejandro Barboza will be the main event. And they're getting restless on the East Coast. As Jay Rodriguez says, bring out the real fighters. Damn.
Jeez.
All right. We got a lot of people watching us for the first time out of Florida. They're here for Sam Rodriguez in Fuego out of Palm Bay, Florida. That's our fight coming up next. Calmaditos, calmaditos. Fight's coming up. Sonny Franco, our ring announcer, is ready to bring them in.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the action going once again. Please welcome out of the red corner from Palm Bay, Florida. Here is Sam in Fuego Rodriguez.
LL Cool J, Mama said, knock you out. And Kevin Slagowski, we love the comments. That's what makes this broadcast so much fun, that you can actually interact with the people watching it. As Sam Rodriguez on that East Coast time, take it on that Puerto Rican time, right? Island time. He is of Puerto Rican descent from the Bronx. What up, Letitia Marie? I mean, it's not that long of a walk. It's literally behind that curtain. Sam Rodriguez coming through en fuego, and it's crowd on Facebook. Look, if you guys are commenting, the more we get, the better for you. Corey McCray is the trainer. April Barrett, what's up? Jesse Padilla says Sam Rodriguez is Hector Camacho's family. Is that true? Because you know I'll read whatever you guys write. What up, David Aguilar? 28 years old.
Blue corner from Pacoima, California, here is Saul the Beast Sanchez.
El Fantasma, vengo a aclarar, I'm here to declare, is a song that Sal Sanchez is walking in through. If you guys watch some of the Thompson boxing, the kid doesn't talk much. Doesn't really understand Spanish, but living in Indio, California, and with Joel Antonio Diaz, he's learning Spanish in the Spanish ways. As Cuñado, we know, we send it. Our bantamweight bout coming your way. Saludos, Leti Sanchez, and the one and only Sonny Franco ready with the co-main.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the DoubleTree Hotel in Ontario, California, Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present the co-main event of the evening, scheduled for 6 rounds of action in the bantamweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Jerry Cantu, Eddie Hernandez Sr., and Dr. Lou Moret. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Raul Caiz Jr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting under the red corner to my left. He steps to the ring tonight wearing the white trunks with the colors of Puerto Rico. When he stepped onto the scale, he went in officially at 117.5 already pounds. As a professional, he has 7 fights to his credit, including 5 victories against 2 defeats. 3 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight from Palm Bay, Florida, here is Sam En Fuego Rodriguez. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner to my right. He steps in the ring tonight wearing the red trunks with silver. When he stepped onto the scale, he went in officially at 117.7 solid pounds. As a professional, he steps in the ring tonight undefeated. 7 wins with 0 losses. 4 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pacoima, California, here is Saul the Beast Sanchez. Once again, your referee in charge, Raul Caiz Jr.
All right, gentlemen, you see the instructions in the dressing room, know what I expect. Good, clean fight. Legal punches, here for you. Legal punches, here for you. Touch it, let's duck to both of you.
Caiz Jr., the third man in the ring, is we ready to go in the 118-pound division.
And we take a look at the tail of the tape, and this is a man against a young boy, but it is Sanchez with a 3-inch height advantage.
It'll be the first time that Sal Sanchez fights somebody shorter than him in his professional career. Tiny Val runs, your brother's in there. We are underway. The co-feature Thompson Boxing, scheduled for 6 rounds. Sal Sanchez, trained by Joel Diaz, who is not here tonight, but Donio Diaz, who's also in the camp with them, is in the corner tonight. It really isn't a job as they work as a team in Coachella. Body shot from Sal. And Steve, you're really high on Sanchez.
No, I am. He's an aggressive fighter, and I think this is his toughest test to date. If you look at the ledger of Rodriguez, his losses are to two familiar names, Joshua Franco, the professor we've seen many times, and also his other loss was a decision to Stephen Fulton out of Philadelphia, who's now 12-0. Tactically, I'd like to see Sanchez use that height and reach advantage. Let's see if he can establish the jab and can control distance from the outside. I'll say this much about Rodriguez. He is built. He's a well-built bantamweight. He's already got his swimsuit body on. I mean, really, he looks to be in great physical condition.
Here ringside, all we see are his calves. These
Yeah.
are mountains. Barry Sanders-esque. Sanchez covering up. Nicknamed El Fuego, on fire, Sam Rodriguez.
Good body shot there by Sanchez.
Uppercut by Rodriguez. Both these fighters trying to keep their hands high. Good test for Sal Sanchez tonight. Combinations, body shots. Sanchez moving a fighter back. Alcantara, Mexico checking in. All of Florida checking in. Palm Bay, Outlaw Boxing Club where Rodriguez does work. Good movement by Rodriguez. Sal's been tested early on in his career. They've matched him up nicely. Hasn't had any pushovers.
And this is a 6-rounder, so he has a little bit of time, and it's been a pretty good round. Both men have certainly had their moments. Neither guy has to use the GPS unit to find each other in there. They're right in front of each other.
Should be a good fight. Fun first round. It's scheduled for 6 118-pounders going at it, the Thompson Boxing Show in Ontario, California.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next show for Thompson Boxing Promotions will be their 18th anniversary show, May 11th, right here back in the DoubleTree Hotel.
And keep the comments coming on the Facebook. Get anything on Twitter, Steve?
Everyone seems to be just enjoying the action. I thought round one was pretty close. I do think Sanchez outworked him, and based on that, I scored a 10-9 for the young man out of Pacoima.
Here's our co-feature after this, Giovani Santillan, Alejandro Barboza, 147-pounders. As all of Sal's sisters are checking in, his brother Emilio Sanchez.
Here tonight, in fact.
He is tonight.
Suffered a shocking knockout loss, first of his professional career. I asked him when he's coming back. Not really sure, but he says he will be back in the gym starting next week, so we certainly wish him well.
Sal Sanchez started his career trying to find fights. Actually turned pro in Tijuana. Was fighting at 112, 115. Didn't have a manager, didn't really have a trainer. He would train with Manny Robles, but Manny had a big stable. Finally got a manager, and now he has a promoter at Thompson Boxing.
Yeah, this is one of those fights where Sanchez is really going to have to be on his P's and Q's. Every time he throws a punch, his other hand has to be in proper defensive position. Rodriguez has been very crafty in punching in between some of Sanchez's combinations.
As Henry Ramirez comes through with his...
He's a good man, Ramirez.
Yeah, as he spills the drink all over my back.
He's a good man.
The report on Sam Rodriguez, about from Ryan Scalia, our boxing hipster in Calgary. Short, toughy, and scrappy.
No, you know, he's like a fire hydrant. He really is, and he's about as hard to move as one. But there's a good right hand by Sanchez.
Strong shots by Sanchez upstairs. Going to the body. Told to stop pushing.
You know, both men are physically strong, but just observing the way they react to one another's punches, it does seem like Sanchez has a little bit more kick on his shots.
Cheers, Steve. I'm not trying to give you my drink.
Yeah,
Salud, amigo. We're in the co-feature. We got to get the drinks flowing. Strong. Luis Diaz de Leon. I can read Spanish too, bro. Callen el comentarista. He wants you to be quiet, Steve. I don't think they like the way you scored that round. I got to be in Spanish, bro. Beto Durant, Steve Kim. Thompson Boxing, 18th year of promotions. Here at the DoubleTree in Ontario. Good scrap, breaking out. Body shot from Sanchez. Cuñado, ya sabes. You hear Rodriguez's corner where we're next to. Let your hands go. Sanchez with a hook. Final seconds of the second. Luis de Leon, saludos. Virgil Ortiz, after this will be the main event. Giovani Santillan, Alejandro Barboza. Pepe Acuna, saludos desde Michoacán. Mauricio Herrera, everybody wants a shout out from Mauricio Herrera. Here's a Mauricio Herrera shout out. Jay Forster, what's up, baby? Tiny Val runs. Professional runner checking in right now. He's dropping on the corner of Rodriguez. They told him, if you want to win, you got to let your hands go.
Beto, I don't disagree with that. I think the first two rounds, both men have had their moments, but it is Sanchez being a little bit more active. And quite frankly, I think his punches have a little bit more of an effect than Rodriguez and vice versa.
Edwin Rey, manda un mofongo. Saludos a Vega Baja, Puerto Rico. Maggie Barbosa en Michoacán. Third round of action. And that gym where Sal's at, the Boys and Girls Club of India, where Joel Diaz has his training camp. Sal grew up in San Fernando Valley in Southern California, so he's about 2 hours away from home. Lives with the other fighters. Solid right hand landed by Sanchez. He knows Tonio Diaz from the amateur days, and Sal's starting to dig in and sit down on his punches.
Left hooks to the body are visibly affecting Rodriguez. There's a right hand to the body.
Sal digging in again. Started off his career as a headhunter. The last couple fights, you've seen Sal make a conscious effort to go to the body.
Well, the question is, can you chop down a fire hydrant as he digs another left hook downstairs and a right hand?
You hear Sal grunting when he throws those punches. Rodriguez breathing heavy midway through the third round.
You know, you talk about that stable of Joel Diaz last week in Brooklyn. 3 of his young prospects that are managed by Vadim Kornilov, I think they have a champion or two within that bunch.
Yeah, where those guys come from?
They're from Uzbekistan and Russia. I think they are the next wave. Very talented guys.
So you're telling me Joel has Matisse in Argentina, a slew of Mexican Americans. Now he's got Uzbekistan?
Yes, he is the United Nations of trainers. I love that guy.
And he also has Felix Diaz, the Dominican.
Yes, he's fighting right now, in fact.
Oh, is he really? Yeah, but that camp house, it's It's a team, essentially. They all run together. They do conditioning together. They train together. As much as boxing is an individual sport, have that support system around them, and you see world champions coming in there. As Sal said, it motivates you to see what can be accomplished.
It's been a real concerted body attack by Sanchez. He has just stuck his nose to the grindstone. He's just consistently pounded away at the body of Rodriguez. Rodriguez, though, very game, though. Certainly not bending in terms of his will.
Movement from Sal. Little bit. As Rodriguez trying to get that uppercut. And now do it for 3.
And we go back to the Twitter timeline. A loyal viewer, long-time fan of ours, Liza, watching Sal Sanchez on the Thompson Boxing Stream. Liza, hola.
Yeah, she's been quiet for a while. Fourth round of action. Beth Durant, Steve Kim, and you all over the world. Rodriguez's corner, urging the Puerto Rican to step it up here. As they feel like they're behind on the cards. This was only for 6. '20-year-old Sal Sanchez got the 818 on the side of his trunks. Went to the same high school as Richie Valens, San Fernando High. Started boxing as a young kid, followed his brother. 8 kids total in the family. He's the youngest one. And here the corner. That's Corey McGrath. They take it from him. A little bit of blood from the nose of Sal Sanchez.
The movement of Rodriguez has really offset some of the pressure of Sanchez here in round number 4.
Right hand, overhand from Sal. Hook. Sal trying to split the guard. Mouthpiece almost came out of Rodriguez. He's taking every opportunity to try to breathe. At least what it looks like here ringside. Sal trying to tee off.
Ooh,
more of the body work.
Boy, another good left hook to the body. He has stamped that ticket all night. You just see, though, Rodriguez is very strong and very durable. He's taken a lot of shots downstairs, but I think some of the air's been taken out of the tires here.
He's switching southpaw now, is Rodriguez. De los de Parrilla, los Algodones, Baja California, saludos. $118-pounders. You're right, Steve. They're right in front of each other. Makes for a fun fight.
And Sanchez still has to mind his P's and Q's defensively because Rodriguez is still very live and gamely in there.
Fourth round winding down. It'll do it.
May 11th. That's the 18th anniversary show right back here at the Thompson Boxing Promotions here at the DoubleTree. For ticket information, go to www.thompsonboxing.com. 18 fantastic years. You want to be here to celebrate with the Thompson Boxing Promotions team, the Ring Girls, the Fighters. It's going to be a party May 11th right back here at the DoubleTree 18th anniversary show. We hope to see you here.
And eavesdropping on the corner, Rodriguez are urging him, catch your second win. You work in there. Corner pleading with him mentally to do something.
Well, listen, I think he's fought well in spots. He's boxed well in spots. I don't know if he's done enough offensively to really match the output or the effectiveness of young Sal Sanchez.
20-year-old Sal Sanchez in the red. 28-year-old Sam Rodriguez in the Puerto Rican trunks. Born in the Bronx, moved to Palm Bay, Florida when he was 9. Started boxing when he was 12. Parents took him out of the gym, and he picked it back up when he was 18. Models his fight after Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker.
I could see why matchmakers like Rodriguez, though. If you have a young prospect between 115 and 118, this guy's going to give you rounds, and he's going to ask you some questions. And it's certainly been the case tonight. It's been really hard, tough sledding for Sanchez at times.
Controlling it, but you see some blood from the nose of Sanchez. Getting nicked a bit. You can hear the corner saying, you got to get right on him. To Rodriguez. Deep breath taken by Rodriguez, throws a couple punches. Sal's right there. Y otros saludos a los alacranes de Durango, los que están mirando ahorita. También aquí los Dorados. Los que están en el rancho. Todos los hombres ahí en la tiendita. Body shot from Sal, that hook.
Another good left hook to the body. That has really differentiated the two guys in terms of the overall effectiveness of their punching.
The body work,
right.
huh?
Rodriguez was actually having a pretty good fifth up until about 25 seconds ago.
Sal digging in with that left hook. Taking a couple punches though. Rodriguez trying to trade. I don't know if that's good.
Boy,
or body work.
For the first time, Beto, he is bending, but the question is, will he break? You're starting to sense that Rodriguez is beginning to wilt under this heavy body attack.
20 seconds to go in the round. Going backwards. Sal shaking those hands. 10 seconds to go in the round. Solid round for Sal the Beast Sanchez. Covers up all gloves. Here we go to the 6th.
The story of the night has been that punch right there, left hook to the body. Time and time again, Sanchez has really neutralized some of the effective work of Rodriguez. And again, not to belabor the point, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Sanchez has certainly been committed downstairs.
Antonio Diaz in the corner, giving the instructions for the Diaz training camp. Boys and Girls Club of Indio. Produce some champions out of there. Timothy Bradley. Now they have Lucas Matisse, who's going to fight Pacquiao.
Yes, July 15th out there in Malaysia.
Coming up next, Giovani Santillan, Alejandro Barboza out of Michoacán. 6th and final round, as Sonny Franco says it. They come out, touch gloves. Asuquo, la vida en Carnaval. Celia Cruz was jamming. Coco Diaz would approve. Tremendous. Rodriguez cornered. He told him you got to go for it. There, you can hear him saying, go get it.
Well, you know, Rodriguez is short in stature, but he's long on heart. He has certainly been a very game opponent. This is a valuable experience that Sanchez has gotten tonight.
Sal went from no trainer, no manager, no promoter. Now he's got 3, and he's on the eye of Steve Kim. You're really bullish on him.
Well, look, he has a fan-friendly style. He's developing as a professional. Let's just keep this in mind, though. Still only 20 years old, and we are talking about a 6th-round fighter. But this guy Rodriguez is the type of guy, if you want to go places, you got to get past guys like him.
And the competition's only going to get tougher as you move up. And in this division, 118, you can move them past, right? Good uppercut landed by Rodriguez. Blood from the mouth of Sal Sanchez.
You know, Sanchez has probably won every round, and I tell you, by the end of the night, though, he's going to realize one thing. He was still in a very tough, arduous fight.
Very game, a lot of heart from Sammy Rodriguez. 118-pounder division. Steve, what do you think of right away?
Well, when I think of it, I think of really tough, hard-nosed guys and a Japanese fighter by the name of Nanu Inoue, who may rule the division for years to come.
Rodriguez to the back. Sal go to the body. Sammy trying to cover up. Sal trying to finish this.
Beto, this right here is the intangible, which you really don't know till you see it. Do you have a fighting spirit? Sanchez certainly showing that right now.
Bloody nose, and he's still trying to go for it. It's Sal Sanchez. Sam Rodriguez out of Florida. Corazón el Boricua. 30 seconds to go in the fight. Shot landed by Sal. Body work.
Wow.
They exchange nicely. Sal says, bring it. Overhand right from Sanchez. Fun fight. What a fun fight. Gamers going at it. The young star Sal Sanchez gets a test in Rodriguez, and he passes with flying colors as they go the distance. 6 good rounds between Sal Sanchez and Sam Rodriguez.
You know, he may have won every round, and that was a real fight. Kudos to both men. And I believe this is action from the previous round, 6th and final. Rodriguez had a lot of moments, but it was Sanchez finishing strong, putting an exclamation point on what was an entertaining and effective outing tonight in what was just his 8th professional battle. I think he learned a few things out there tonight.
See Sanchez, most of the family in attendance. You see Tonio Diaz, who's known us since the amateur days. Excellent fighter in his day too, Tonio Diaz. And yeah, that's Julio Diaz, also a fighter in the family. Got something nice building out in the desert. They got a lot of young talent. Yeah. Virgil Ortiz out there, Oscar Duarte. The judges are tallying up the cards.
Sam Rodriguez, that young man right there, he deserves a lot of credit. He may have been outgunned, but he was never out-hearted, never out-tough. Gave a really good performance tonight. Made it very, very tough on what is a pretty good young prospect.
I would like to see Sam Rodriguez again. He's a fun fighter. He'll give fits to a lot of young up-and-comers.
By the way, Beto, speaking of the bantamweight division, there's a lot of talk that the World Boxing Super Series, their second round of tournaments may be in the bantamweight and 140-pound division moving forward.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. Interesting. Sonny Franco's inside the ring. Is he ready? Yeah, he sure is.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for both of these warriors. 6 fantastic rounds in the books. And now to the judges' scorecards we go. Jerry Cantu and Dr. Lou Morat both see about 59 to 55. While Eddie Hernandez Sr. sees about 60 to 54. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from Pacoima, California, Saul Sanchez.
Saul Sanchez gets the victory. He is now 8-0, goes the distance with 6 excellent rounds of learning.
Yeah, and it was tough. The question that I have about Sanchez, who certainly has some tools, can he create easy rounds for himself going into the future? But I don't think he'll ever lack for action or fan-friendly type of fights going forward with that young man.
And because Sal doesn't like to talk, we requested for him to come do an interview right now. Of course, Alex, he doesn't talk much. One-word answers. We know what we're doing here, baby. Let me produce. He can't hear me, that's why I said that. So thanks for everybody checking in. Cynthia, then Nicaragua checking in. That was a good fight for Sal. Happy for him. As Sal Sanchez be coming in with him. Saul Sanchez. What do you want me to say? Dilo fuerte. What do you want me to say fuerte? I don't get it. Más fuerte comentarista. I don't understand what that means, so just tell me what you want me to say, más fuerte. And our main event coming up. Amateur over here. There you go. Put the headset on. Chance to breathe, Sal.
Yeah.
I know, don't worry, but just look at us. I know you hate doing interviews, so that's why I asked for you to come over here. Because that was a fun fight.
Yeah.
Hard fight. But how did you feel you did?
I felt I was holding back my punches. Yeah.
Wait, you were holding back?
Well, like letting go more.
Oh, okay.
I could have thrown more, but he was kind of short, so I didn't want to. I was keep going over him, so I didn't want to miss. And
that was a well-built man that you faced. Was that like hitting a fire hydrant over and over again?
Yeah. He was tough. He was keep coming forward. He was good. It was good.
All right. I know you hate it, but how would you grade your performance there?
Huh?
What kind of grade would you give you?
Like a B.
A B? That's solid. That's a good opponent.
Like a C.
A C.
Oh.
Because you're never satisfied, but that was a good, strong opponent.
Yeah.
Was that the toughest fight you've ever had?
Yes. Yeah. He took my punches.
He did take them.
Yeah. He was keep going forward.
So as you look at it, I know you haven't been able to watch the video yet. You'll probably do that with your training staff soon. Mm-hmm. What are your general thoughts? What are the things you need to work on moving forward?
Moving forward, like I said before, I need to pop my jab more. That's it. And I felt like I wasn't really throwing power this time. I felt calm, more calm.
But it's still fun winning, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can smile, Sal.
I'm used to
knocking people up. You know it's gonna get tougher, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be more tough.
It's okay to smile, Sal. There's a camera. You got every people watching. Who do you want to say your shout outs to?
Shout out to everyone that's watching. Thank you guys.
What about Toño? You got to thank Toño.
Toño, my coach Toño, and Joel Diaz, and my manager Steve Martini.
All right, your entire family's watching. All the Sanchez people. There's too many Sanchez in the name, right?
Yeah, there is.
All right, Sal. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good interview, Sal. We got 3 words out of you, baby. The reason I make Sal do these interviews is because eventually that kid has the potential to do more. And if he can do an interview with us, he can do an interview with
Well,
anybody.
tonight was a step. That was a real fight. Just looking at the way his face was marked up, he had to earn every single round tonight.
That's the time of our show, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking this moment to recognize some VIPs and attendants. So when I call your name, please make your way to the ring and be recognized. First, ladies and gentlemen, we have some greats from the fight world that we want to recognize. So like I said, when you hear your name, please make your way.
Our main event coming up, Giovani Santillan, Alejandro Barboza, 147-pounders coming up, 10 rounds with a couple belts on the line. They both sat down with the Thompson Boxing crew, and they saw the cameras, and here's what they had to say about tonight's matchups. No? But first, Sonny Franco. No? What are we doing? Oh, we're just talking? Man, they really... All right, so that was rehearsal. Later on, Santiago and Barbosa will have the interviews that they had with the Ring TV. Right now, Veteran Steve Kim, and thanks to everybody that's checking in on the Facebook. Santiago, Barbosa, they have a common opponent in Sammy Valentin. This should be a good scrap.
Well, it's interesting about Santillan. He is now number 5 in the WBO, but with a win or two, he could be moving up with a bullet because Terrence Crawford takes on Jeff Horn. He's the number 1 contender. Horn, obviously, the belt holder. That'll be June 9th in Las Vegas. Number 2 is Manny Pacquiao, who will be facing the WBA titleist in Lucas Matisse. Number 3 is the Mean Machine Kavalishkas.
You love that guy, huh?
I love that guy. I think he's a real
Is that
fighter.
the one you call the Nail?
No, the Nail is Alexander Gaboze.
Okay.
They are both, though, managed by Aegis Climas. And then number 4 is Danny Garcia, which is interesting. With Keith Thurman vacating the WBC title, Mauricio Suleiman now has mandated that Garcia must fight Sean Porter. So Santillan's in a position with a couple of wins. He's going to be really right in the top 3, I believe, within the WBO.
And once you're in those rankings,
yes,
anybody can call you and say, hey, we want to fight you, right?
Right. The higher are you on the rankings, you can start to be involved in elimination bouts and then final eliminators, which eventually put you in place to be able to fight for a mandatory position.
Pepe Acuna, he wants us to broadcast in Spanish. Pepe Acuna, en inglés nos pagan el doble. In English, they pay us double.
Yes.
So cuando nos pagan el igual en español, lo hacemos.
Yeah, we can get paid in dollars or pesos, and I'd rather be paid in dollars.
Y Steve habla español.
¿Qué?
He's the pride of Montebello, the Mexican. So there's your español. So there it is. Right now, they're doing an introduction to bring a lot of fighters into the ring. So if you guys ever have a chance in the Southern California area, you see how much fun we're having. This is not fraud, not made up. We really do have a lot of fun here at the Thompson Show. The next one, May 11th, here Friday night, the DoubleTree in Ontario, the 18th year anniversary. So you'll be able to check it out. And also we have the Facebook stream for you guys. So you mentioned 147. That's an interesting division because of the guys that you just mentioned. There's so many different things going on.
Right. Well, Keith Thurman has become one time, sometime, and now no time, and once upon a time. He has not fought since March of last year. Yeah, it's been a de-evolution, if you want to call it that. So I believe he had no choice but to vacate the title. Sean and Kenny Porter have both made it clear to me. They have gone through the process with the BC. They want Danny Garcia for that vacant title.
Danny Garcia for the vacant title. I can see that. Yep. The main event, Giovani Santillan, Alejandro Barboza. We got the video queued up. Here's what they had to say to the Thompson Boxing crack staff.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I would ask that you please rise.
You're going to hit play or what?
Rise from your seats, remove your hats.
Training camp went well, training for this fight. This is going to be my second title defense for the NABO title, so we trained very hard and we're ready. I've seen my opponent fight one time. He fought on TV against Sammy Valentin, which is someone that I was able to beat in 2 rounds, but he went for like 4 or 5 rounds. He looked good. He's a strong, solid fighter, but we're ready for that. I'm not looking over him at all, and we're ready. It's going to be my 3rd fight at 147 pounds. I moved up from 140, and I think it was one of the best moves could have done for my career. I feel a lot stronger here. You know, I don't have to debilitate myself to make weight anymore. I get here feeling stronger, so the night of the fight, it shows. My last 2 performances have been TKO wins, knockout wins, and I predict that will happen again tomorrow night. Tonight I'm going to come out strong, start fast-paced, start off working my jab, of course, and test him, see what his weaknesses are. And if we can take him out quick, I would love to get out of there fast. You know, I think a lot of eyes are on me now, and it's not just about getting a win, but it's about doing it in an impressive way. So I want to be able to knock him out tomorrow. I'm ranked number 5 for the WBO. It's a very stacked division and stat weight class. You know, there's names like Crawford, Jeff Horn, Pacquiao. There's even Danny Garcia now, I think ranked number 4 right above me. And these are all fighters that I look forward to fighting in the future, hopefully sometime this year. And so tonight, you know, I have to put on a good show and show that I'm up there with them at their level. My training camp, it started a little bit difficult because of my work, but over the past few days, I mean, I got a lot of time to train. I was struggling a little with the weight, but I think we're all ready for this fight today. It's a dream come true for me, fighting for a championship, and more of it because it's the NABO WBO welterweight champion. So I don't know, I think this is a pretty good opportunity, and I have to win this fight to go to a higher level. I mean, I like to counterattack, but sometimes first I like to study my opponent so I can see what kind of style I have to use. If I have to do a counterattack, if I have to be the first one to punch, or simply just go hard and finish the fight fast. Well, Giovani Santillan, what I know about him is that, I mean, southpaw, they're hard. I've seen a couple of his fights. He likes to finish fast. I mean, he's a strong fighter. That's what I could see. And I guess he's going to try and go for the knockout tomorrow. I mean, short combination, strong punches, but he's going to try and go for the knockout. But I mean, we're ready for everything. I can start counterattacking or just watch out for that left hand because, you know, as a southpaw, they're very sneaky with those left hands. So it's going to be a good fight. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Once again, please welcome out of the red corner, the challenger from Michoacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. Here is Alejandro Bad Boy Barboza.
Desde Jacona, Michoacán, Mexico. Caminos de Michoacán is what he's coming into. That is Alejandro Barboza, or Alex Barboza, from Michoacán, Mexico. Actually grew up in Detroit. Up until he was 14. Here he is with a record of 11-1, the bad boy.
And now please welcome out of the blue corner from San Diego, California, ladies and gentlemen, here is Giovani El Gallo de Oro Santillan.
El Gallo de Oro is what Giovani Santillan's coming into. Ana Gabriel with the jam. Santillan representing San Diego. AO8. The 10-round main event coming your way as the fighters have made their way into the ring.
Boxing Promotions is proud to present the feature attraction, as this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, Executive Officer Andy Foster, Chairman John Caravelli. Inside the ring, WBO Supervisor Mr. Gino Rodriguez. Your three judges scoring the bout should go the distance are Jerry Cantu, Eddie Hernandez Sr., and Dr. Lou Moret. Timekeeper is Willie Ariola. Ringside physicians Su Shang Lu and Kelly Tucker. And last but not least, the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Raul Caiz Sr. 10 rounds of boxing from the WBO NABO welterweight championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the DoubleTree Hotel in Ontario, California, where battles are fought and champions are made, ladies and gentlemen, let the battles begin. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the red corner to my left. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the black trunks trimmed with white. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 147.8 pounds. As a professional, he has 12 fights to his credit, including 11 victories against just one defeat. 7 of his victories come to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, join us tonight from Michoacán, Sinaloa, Mexico, here is Alejandro Bad Boy Barboza. And introducing the champion, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner to my right. He enters the ring tonight wearing the black trunks trimmed with red. Tonight, he makes his third title defense. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 146.3 already pounds. As a professional, his record is an outstanding one, including 23 victories with 0 defeats. 13 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Currently ranked number 5 by the WBO, ladies and gentlemen, from San Diego, California, he is the reigning, defending, undefeated WBO NABO welterweight champion, Giovani Santillan. Once again, your referee in charge, Raul Caiz Sr., give the final instructions.
And we take a look at the tail of the tape. Santiana with the 2-inch reach advantage. We want to note Arnold Barboza failed to make the 147-pound weight limit, so only Santiana is eligible to retain his NABO belt.
Beto Duran, Steve Kim, the main event, and you all over the world. We appreciate you watching and checking in. Y gracias por los tweets. Julian is Julius. And also True Boxing out in Texas. For our main event, Santillan, undefeated southpaw. He's in the red and black. And Alex Barboza, bad boy, his only loss, that was to Sammy Valentin, in the fight that he said he just wasn't ready for it because the experience factor wasn't there. He didn't know how to really prepare for a fight like that. I was like, well, now about for Santillan, he goes, I've been there, I know what it's like. This camp was completely different, both mentally and physically. He said he expected to give a good scrap tonight. And
it was interesting. Valentin at that point was coming off that shocking second-round stoppage at the hands of the man that is facing Barbosa, now Santillan. Asked Santillan earlier this week if he felt as though he had physically matured and his powers coming to him. He said a big factor was just moving up in weight, no longer having to really stretch himself to try to make 140 pounds.
Mira Mesa in San Diego County is where Santillan resides. Barbosa grew up in Detroit to the age of 14. Said he got a lot of work in with Eric De Leon, who we recently saw fight. Not at the Kronk, but at the gym across the way. Said he boxed as an amateur At the age of 14, his family decided to move back to Michoacan. Took a year off and got back into the boxing mix. At the age of 18, he turned pro. Has a college degree in international business, does Barbosa. And he's got actually family here. He's got family all over the United States. A lot of them watching us right now on the Facebook stream. He's got some family here from Compton. So he's not here alone. What's the view of Santiana in the boxing world?
Well, you know, listen, I think he burst onto the scene, as I said earlier in the night. He was relatively unknown nationally. Had really spent the bulk of his career in Southern California, was certainly a staple of this venue. It was, to a certain degree, a breakout performance. Valentin was fighting on his home turf, on his network, under Tudo Zabala's banner, and then really just shockingly stop a guy in 2 rounds was certainly a statement performance.
Already some blood from the nose of Barbosa. Sangre en la nariz de Barbosa. Para los que están mirando en México.
And you know, Beto, I say often it's not if you win, it's how you win, and that's a good body shot there. I'm not so sure why Barbosa has a problem with it, other than it probably affected him.
Yeah, it hurt.
But again, when you knock out a guy in eye-opening fashion, that's the type of fight that not only are you winning, you're actually creating some real momentum for your career.
Where are you guys watching this main event from? Check in with your location. We know True Boxing's in Dallas, where the Cowboy fans were just getting roasted during the draft.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
Go David Akers. That kicker came out strong with the Eagles. Did you see that, what he said, Akers?
Oh, I did. Boy, that was a monologue.
Yeah, when,
that was a see what Drew Pearson started?
Yeah.
Jeez.
As Akers said, these guys getting drafted weren't even born when the Cowboys won their last Super Bowl. David Cook in Oregon, what's happening? Albert Baker, thank you for your service, sir. In San Pedro, 90731. Ryan Schuler in Youngstown, go Penguins. Youngstown State Penguins, not Pittsburgh.
But a shout out to Mario Lemieux and Jarmer Jagger anyway.
Melissa Agudelo in Miami, representing the U.
Oh, the U. Congratulations to Chad Thomas. First Hurricane taken off the board. Poor guy has to go to Cleveland, though. Jeez.
Jose Cuevas in Syracuse. I'll see you in Verona. Actually, you're picking me up from the airport, bro. Kyle Save in Canada. As Nacho from True Boxing says, Steve knows Guy the Auto is legit. Mike Torres, San Antonio. Pablo Cuna, ya te dije, no Spanglish. You pay me for 2 languages and I'll do it. Ramiro Guerra, Saginaw, Michigan. That means you got to be going for Barbosa, right? Johnny Cervantes, Louis Lopez won tonight, unanimous decision. 808 Gym in San Diego, where Giovani trains out of. Oscar Bergandi, saludos desde Argentina. Vamos Boca. Luisa Gallegos, Team Barbosa. And Chia Santana won tonight.
Yes, congratulations to one of the real hard-nosed blue-collar guys. Very nice individual there. Congratulations to him.
It must be the power of the boxing rundown. Good things happen to you. But that tournament, the Jose Sulaiman tournament, they have 5 judges?
Yeah, they're trying something new. They had problems with tabulations, but all's well that ends well.
Carlos Sanchez in Linwood. Carolina Villalobos going with Barbosa. I think a lot of Barbosa's families checking in on the Facebook. O como dicen en México, el Face. Australia, Gianni Rivera. There's no way you're watching this in Australia, man.
And to that I say, good day.
There's no way Gianni Rivera is in Australia. And Santillan has Barbosa in the corner, gets off the ropes, lands it right, does Barbosa. Kevin Palmer.
Oh, good body shot.
Yep. He's Breathing heavy is Barbosa. 8, is he going to get up? 9, and
No!
it's over. That body shot from Santillan ends the night. And Barbosa is still on his knee as Calif Sr., the referee, has him, and Barbosa is leaning to his left. That was a solid body shot. And they're having trouble getting him onto the stool. His body is stunned.
He is really, really limp in the lower body. You know, Santiana told me he believes his power is starting to catch up to his body and vice versa. That is now his third emphatic stoppage in his last 3 fights. And let's take a look at exactly what shot it was. Oh, there it was. It was the left hand, a sweeping left hand to the right side of Barbosa. Bang, right there. Whoa, wow, that was right. That was a perfect shot.
Yeah. They always, as I've learned from you and Doug, that body shot will stun you, paralyze you, and then a couple seconds later it gets you. El Gallo de Oro, Giovani Santillan gets the victory in the stoppage.
You know, again, it's not if you win, it's how you win. Another statement performance, I thought, from Santillan. Is continuing to bide his time. Alex Campanova has admitted they are in a bit of a holding pattern. They have to see how the rest of the upper echelon within the WBO ranking go. But again, this young man is right in his physical prime, 26, and it looks like he is going places.
As Barbosa still on the stool, that grimace on his face. The body work, and a perfectly placed body shot ends the night. Giovani Santillan gets his 14th stoppage. He's now 24-0. Yeah, the holding pattern, Steve, is interesting. Outside of Southern California, you don't know the name, but I do know that other promoters and managers know about Santillan.
Yeah. You know, and Roberto Ariaza headlines the next Thompson show right here in this venue, May 11th, and Alex Campanova has openly spoken about matching those two up, but only with this caveat, though, Beto, if it is for an elimination or some sort of guaranteed ranking. If the WBO and Paco Valcarcel would agree to that, I believe that fight is very, very feasible.
So that'll be a TV fight?
Absolutely, and Alex's goal was to have that on Showbox.
That'll be real good. We won't be working it, but it'll be really good.
I certainly still want to go, though.
Oh, hey, for sure. For sure. Sonny Franco in the ring. He's ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outcome, 2 minutes, 33 seconds of round number 2. Referee Raul Calif Sr. puts a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by way of a knockout and still champion, Giovani El Gallo de Oro Santillan.
El Gallo de Oro gets the victory. It's official, Giovani Santillan now 24-0. A good night of boxing here in Ontario. Me the recap of the night. Louis Lopez got the unanimous decision. Jonah Flores gets his 4th victory. El Yuyu, George Acosta, a 2nd round KO. Miguel Alcantara went the distance. Mikey is now 5-0. Sal the Beast Sanchez 8-0. And El Gallo de Oro, Giovani Santillan, improves to 24-0. Ana Gabriel singing here in the DoubleTree. As Ernie Gabion is going to hook me on some new gloves because I just tore my gloves the other day. So I'm going to go back to the gym as soon as and we're going to say goodnight now. Oh, he's coming? All right, no, we're not going to say goodnight. There's Giovani Santillan. We'll get him over here. But then we'll say goodnight. But so don't go anywhere. Stick around. You guys want to hear what Giovani has, because I want to know who he wants to fight now. There's Ernie. Sorry, Ernie. We love you, Ernie. But you didn't get a knockout right now. Watch out, Gio. Put these on. There you go. Put that on, Giovani. Just look at us, Giovani Santillan. Got him with the body. Did you think he would get up?
I thought he was going to get up at least one more time, and the plan would be to get him again to the body. But I guess I think I might have hurt his ribs right there, so maybe he couldn't get up.
Giovani, we spoke earlier in the week. You feel as though your power's coming to you now?
I feel a lot stronger as a welterweight. I think, like I said earlier, cutting down to 140 pounds was too much, and it was killing me, to make the weight. And it was showing my performances. I just didn't have the same pop in behind my punches, and now, I feel a lot stronger, more confident, faster.
This has to be an exciting time for you. You're ranked number 5. You're right in the physical prime of your career. Guys like Danny Garcia might have to fight for a BC vacant title. Manny Pacquiao's going to fight Matisse. I think there's other fights. Terrence Crawford's going to fight Jeff Horn. How excited are you about the future?
I'm very excited. I think this is my year. This is the year where I take off. And my name gets out there and I get known. And I just need that opportunity. A big name fight, and I'll take it.
You said you'll take the fight. You want your name known. We know in Southern California it's known, but around the boxing circles, you got to still prove yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who calls you? You're taking that call from anybody, right?
Oh yeah. But I want the names. I want those people that are up there. I'm ranked number 5, and I'd like anybody in the top 5 right now.
As I told Steve at the end of the fight, people outside of Southern California might not know you, but those managers of those fighters do, and they might not want to get in there with you.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
It kind of get you mad a little bit?
It's just part of the game, but my job is to keep training hard, and when that opportunity comes, be ready and take it and make the most out of it.
The thing is, if you look at Danny Roman, one of the ways Thompson Boxing is very adroit, you have to learn how to use the sanctioning bodies. Now, having this NABO belt, those belts are very important because now he is ranked number 5. I mean, have you thought about how far you've come? Because think about it. 10 months ago, you're just a guy that was fighting at the Thompson shows out here at the DoubleTree. Now you are world ranked. Has it hit you yet?
Well, the thing is, we always knew, my dad always believed in me, my family always believed in me, and the people that have been supporting me always believed in me, and I believe in myself. And so we're not too surprised about where we've gone because there's still a lot left. There's still more and more to do. So this is a lot, but it's still nothing compared to where I want to get.
Right, it's the junior varsity belt. You want the varsity. But as I look at the website, think about this. As I look at the WBO ratings on Fight News, it's Jeff Horn, Crawford, Pacquiao, Kavalishkas, Garcia, and Santiana. Pretty good name to be associated with.
Absolutely, yeah. It feels good to be mentioned among those names.
Now you know how this works. We get the Facebook and everybody leaves comments. All of a sudden, everybody's claiming Gio. AO8, I've sent them a shout out a lot. This guy says send a shout out to El Pepe. Do they know you?
Oh, I remember him. Yeah, back in high school. So all these names that I see right here.
All of a sudden, right? All of a sudden.
Actually, they message me every once in a while.
Okay.
And always, just wanted to see how I'm doing and everything. And a lot of these people are the same people who have been supporting me from the beginning.
Giovani, let me tell you something. When you win the world title, you're going to have 50 more cousins, aunts, and uncles. Just be prepared.
Yeah,
there's the camera. Send the shout outs that you want to whoever you want.
I just want to say shout out to Mira Mesa, San Diego, the boxing club, RV, all the gyms that I work at, and just everybody supporting me, my family up in Ukiah, and Capetillo's gym. They help me out.
Work up here.
For the past 3 fights, they've been helping me out.
And all the people who are claiming to know him right now, he'll own you guys right now, right? You'll say you know him?
Yeah.
So it's Giovani Santillan, best left-hander in San Diego since Tony Gwynn.
And if he does go do a fight in San Diego, which they want to do,
we'll be there.
Don't be on the Facebook. Be there. Show up live.
I would appreciate it. Yeah.
Giovani Santillan, congratulations.
Yeah.
He gets his 24th victory. Go. The commission's waiting for you.
Thank you.
Go take a shower, all that good stuff, man. All your new friends want to take pictures with you. See, all of a sudden. So Giovani Santillan, the main event tonight, gets the stoppage with that body shot. Fun fight tonight. Fun crowd as always.
No, I tell you, Sal Sanchez had, I believe, his toughest professional run up to date. He learned a few things, got bloodied, got bruised, put a few hairs on his chest, and I think Giovani Santillan continues to build his case as a legitimate welterweight contender. I think the best is still yet ahead of him. There's still room to grow there.
The next fight for Thompson, May 11th. Now, if you missed some of the fights tonight, go and check out the Thompson Boxing YouTube, Instagram, all kinds of behind-the-scenes features. So the entire crew, Mr. Ken Thompson, Alex Campanovo, Pierre Casintas, California, and
the crack staff.
the Pahar family, and the interns who's going to get paid with the per diem. For my partner, Steve came on.
Not mine, yours.
And everybody that left comments on the Facebook, appreciate you guys. We will see you May 11th from the DoubleTree in Ontario. Thank you for watching Thompson Boxing.
Viva.